I have cystic fibrosis. What is it? A disorder of cell membranes. Salt and water can't pass between my cells as they should, and that leads to a buildup of sticky mucus. How delightful. Now that pesky mucus causes all sorts of issues. It makes it easier for bacteria to settle in the lungs and cause infection. It means my enzymes can't get out my pancreas to digest food, and so much more. And I've never known anything different. Cystic fibrosis, or CF, is a genetic condition that affects around 100,000 people across the globe. So it's been with me my whole life, and in fact I wrote and performed a one-man show based on my experiences, Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis, and you can watch it via the link below. I'm sorry Charlie, comedy? I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't sound that funny. I hear you, but this is the thing. Health narratives tend to focus on the solemn, which is understandable, but it's dehumanizing in a way. It ignores the fact that fortunately the majority of us live rich, full lives no matter our circumstances. So I wanted to flip the script and do a comedy. More on the Wonder Drug of the show's title soon. And that's the same reason why I decided to combine my passion for Pokemon with my medical condition, raising awareness by looking for the rare shiny variants of 6 Pokemon that represent a different aspect of it. Why Goomy, Reuniclus, Drifblim, Swalot, Lucario, and Alcremie? And can they join forces to take down the highest level challenge in Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, the Academy Ace Tournament, and show us that CF doesn't have to hold us back? I'm Charlie Merriman, Merri by name, Merri by nature. As well as acting, writing, comedy and content creation, I'm a host and commentator for the Pokémon Video Game Championship series. This video is coming out for the official Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Week, and I've teamed up with my friend Morgan, aka Canned Wolf Meat, who also has CF, to host the first ever Pokémon edition of the event, which we're very excited for. 8th to 21st of June 2026. It's all about yellow Pokémon, since that's the official colour of CF, in the UK at least, representing a brighter future for those with the condition. You'll find further information below, and most importantly, you'll find links to donate to cystic fibrosis charities below as well. So get involved in that, post with hashtag CF Week, look forward to future editions of the event, but for now, meet Lucas. On Saturday 2nd of May 2026, I sat down to plan out the first ever Pokémon Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Week, and soon realised that having a mascot would be a good idea, not just for the week, but for CF as a whole. And it just had to be Shiny Goomy. Goomy's whole raison d'etre is being mucus. One of their entries in the Pokemon Encyclopedia, the Pokédex, says, its source of protection is its slimy, germ-laden mucous membrane. Anyone who touches it needs some thorough hand washing. Another even says that if its body, which is mostly water, dries out, it will die. So I can think of no better Pokemon to represent the mucus, which is the underlying issue in CF, affecting the whole body, as you'll hear much more about in this video, than a Pokemon which is inexorably mucus that attracts germs. But also, guess what colour its shiny is, or the main colour at least? Yellow, the official colour of CF, again representing a brighter future for those with the condition. Like, I'm sure it was unintentional, but I couldn't have asked Pokemon for a better CF mascot, so thank you to them. Of course, yellow is also a more mucusy colour, and it's especially appropriate that its shiny specifically is yellow because, again, cystic fibrosis is a relatively rare genetic condition. And shinies too are rare. Shiny Goomy is inherently yellow and rare. So it's already perfect, but there's more. Another thing multiple Pokédex entries say is that it's the weakest Dragon-type Pokémon. And my CF Week co-host Morgan and I wanted a Pokémon that represented overcoming adversity. And the fact that it's a dragon, which is seen as one of the rarest, most mystical and most powerful types, represents the inner fortitude that everyone with cystic fibrosis has in order to deal with their relatively rare condition. And as Morgan said, Goomy is just very mascotable. I mean, look at him, you just want to give him a hug, don't you? And then have a shower immediately after. So it had to be Goomy as our marvellous mucus mascot, and not its evolution Sligo or Goodwin, cute and friendly as they are. I wanted to draw our mascot to give him a unique personal touch, and I also wanted to give him some defining characteristic to link him with CF specifically. I messaged Morgan for ideas. I was like, what if we give him just a little badge or something that says CF? And he said, what if we make one of the cheeks a C and the other cheek an F? And that's why they pay Morgan the big bucks. To be clear, I haven't paid Morgan for that idea, but I probably should, it's perfect. So I say again, meet our mascot and hero, Lucas. Ready to give it everything he's got? He's the little mucus that could. And Lucas, I would say, is the closest name to mucus. Incidentally, I have met Morgan in person, but we couldn't get too close to each other because there's a risk of cross-infection between people with CF. It's a real shame we can't hang out in person more, but at least we have the internet. So, what's my plan? Shiny hunt each of our chosen Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The most recent games we have where each of my chosen targets appears, then see if together they can beat the Academy Ace Tournament, featuring some tough opponents and very high-level Pokemon. It'll be a challenge, and while I want to believe that cystic fibrosis, as represented by this motley crew, won't hold us back, am I being overly optimistic? Well, for now, of course, Lucas had to be my first target. I streamed this challenge. Oh, you know what's coming next. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you know when I'm next live. It would be great to see you. And I got ready by acquiring all the yellow attire and apparel that I could in-game, and giving nicknames to my Pokemon to help catch my targets that don't scream imagination, but do literally scream #CF Week. I believe this Jimbei is the yellowest main attire we have in Pokemon Scarlet, the main base of this quest. And I know it's not yellow, save the golden bows. So I compensated with a frankly ghastly combination of bright yellow hiking shoes and yellow socks with the Jimbei. A crime against fashion, but a service to charity. Yellow phone case, yellow cup, yellow bottle, yellow picnic cloth, and once I realised it was a thing, yellow picnic chairs. Why the picnic stuff? Because we'll be making sandwiches to boost our odds of finding these 6 shinies. Yep, that's how it works in game. No, there's no logic to it. And I wanted to get this hunt done in a timely manner to release this video for CF Week. There's also Wear Yellow for CF Day every year in 2026 on Friday 12th of June. Wear some yellow and post a photo with #CF Week. I also have the shiny charm, so that plus a level 3 sandwich. Yes, even sandwiches have levels in Pokemon now. Means we have a 1 in 683 chance of finding a shiny. Much better than the base 1 in 4096 odds. I spent frankly too long yellowifying everything for the stream and ultimately this video, so please appreciate it and drop a comment telling me so, thank you very much. But then it was time to get this very special quest underway. And it just so happened to be Star Wars Day, May the 4th. Be with you. In a galaxy far, far away is not where this quest took place. Goomy appears in a few areas, but I decided to hunt it in the chilling waterhead in Kitakami. The term chilling turned out to be very appropriate, you'll see why. It was partly so that we could have 2 hunts in Kitakami, 2 in Paldea, and 2 in the Blueberry Academy, i.e. the 3 main areas of the game, including the downloadable content expansion packs, just to keep things varied. But more than this, the dark, damp environment forms the quintessential conditions for Goomy, and by extension bacteria, to thrive. So it's a great illustration of exactly the sort of environment people with cystic fibrosis should avoid. But fortunately, I am not my in-game character, so we made our delicious sandwich. Talk about a kitchen nightmare.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
I didn't even know how to change the picnic cloth and stuff yet, so great, glad I spent so long getting the yellow attributes. And ventured into the chilling waterhead undaunted. The boost from the sandwich lasts for half an hour of in-game time. I was worried at first that other areas in the game might be more fruitful for hunting Goomy, but my fears were quickly allayed. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I really thought that because it's Goomy, because it's a dragon, it might be a little bit rarer, but wow. The germ-infested Mucus was thriving, so much so that it was literally falling out of the sky. Goomy just fell from the skies then. It would be amazing if that one was shiny. It's raining goo. Hallelujah, it's raining goo. Woohoo. Anyways, 2.8 kilograms. That's a good point, Grabsy. It's okay, sorry, let me just find a helmet. But speaking of rain, here's a personal cystic fibrosis experience. In one summer holiday at university, I was performing in a musical at the Edinburgh Fringe, the largest performing arts festival in the world. And in fact, it was also there exactly 10 years later that I performed Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis. That's linked below. I'd also signed up to act in a short film, and for various reasons, one shoot had to be rescheduled for nighttime. I shudder to think about it looking back, because in hindsight, it was just so stupid, but we all need to learn our limits somehow. I was exhausted from performing this show, again a musical, so acting, singing, as well as a bit of dancing, every single day for a couple of weeks. Immune system down, then staying up all night, outside, in the cold, in what also happened to be the rain, afterwards a little bit of a nap, then perform the show again. Now I can't be certain it was because of this, but at the same time, it's no wonder that a couple of weeks later I ended up in hospital. I actually felt okay, but every so often people with CF send off a sample of their spits to analyse. It's called a sputum sample, and I'll never forget the doctor telling me that my sample that I'd sent in had grown a whole zoo of bugs, those were her exact words, and my lung function was down. So I was put on intravenous antibiotics before I started to feel unwell, and there are millions of bugs out there in the world all around us all the time. They're not an issue for many people, but for people with cystic fibrosis, they can affect us more than others and require some pretty funky antibiotics. So courses of intravenous antibiotics, or IVs, are actually relatively common for people with CF. I won't lie, it was a difficult time. We all think we're invincible when we're younger, and this is the first time CF had affected my life in such an intrusive, serious way. So it was a wake-up call, and my first time having an extended stay in hospital. It was 2 weeks. My hospital checkups every few months up to this point had gone very well, so yeah, it was a bit of a shock. And the stay itself in hospital was not smooth. I turned out to be allergic to some of the medicines they tried, and so there were upheavals within the upheaval. There had to be another hospital stay a few months later, and finally they tried oral antibiotics pills, which thankfully and finally shifted the last of it. So yeah, 6-month saga that could have been avoided if I'd just taken better care of myself, but again, we don't know our limits until we've tested them. After all, we're only human. A heartfelt thank you to all the incredible doctors, nurses, and everyone who looked after me. Protect the NHS, and a reminder that a link to donate to your region's CF charity is below. That is a Snoring. Oh no, I thought that was a shiny Goomy. Ah! Oh, has our sandwich run out already? I think it has. But would you look at that? Despite the flood of mucus in this mouldy place, that's our sandwich effect worn off with no shiny to speak of. And it wasn't just Pokemon that were tricking me. Not a shiny Goomy, that's a trainer. But I don't give up. Just like with my treatments, we persevere. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I reckon the shiny Goomy's appearing soon. Oh yeah, Deoxys. Yeah, I've considered Deoxys for, that's a shiny Goomy. That is a shiny Goomy, everybody. We have our first member of the team. Shiny Goomy's here. Alright, and I've got a nickname lined up as well, but not too bad. Second sandwich, what, like 5 minutes into it? We're catching the entire team in Ultra Balls, by the way, everybody. Because they're the most yellow ball. Go, hashtag CF Week indeed. Well, that's around an hour into the stream. Not too bad. We can move on to our next target. Oh, it's Sap Sipper. Okay. Okay, that's a crit capture anyway. So now we can see if there's a mark as well. I've even got the yellow phone case for the Rotom phone, so hence the yellow trim on the Pokédex entry. Yeah, we will give Goomy a nickname, and listen. Goomy represents Mucus for CF. And I think the most appropriate name for Mucus, just sort of going with a rhyme, Lucas. Also, and this has just come to me now, as of the time of streaming, it's May the 4th, Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you, George Lucas. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Poet and I didn't know it. That's not the right phrase, but you know what I mean. Lucas, do we have a mark? Oh, it wasn't even 1 HP, it got down to 3 HP. The false wipe didn't go all the way. Here we go. Also, what? Oh, nature guesses as well. I'm going to go with Jolly as always, doing a merry man. I'm a merry man. Quiet, bold, mild. And it is relaxed. It's a chill Goomy. It's a chill Lucas. Relaxed. I like that. Doesn't have a mark. But that's okay. We survived the Phantom Menace, the Attack of the Clones, and the Revenge of the Sith. We've been given a new hope as the Empire, read Shiny Odds, struck back with the Return of the Jedi, read Sandwich. And the Shiny Force Awakens, since this would be the last Jedi, read Sandwich again, that we would need for the rise of this Skywalker. What should that be for? Lucas was here, our mascot and shining light, illuminating the path to find the rest of our shiny Cystic Fibrosis team. Now wait a minute, Charlie, I know you said that Goomy would be the Pokemon mascot of Cystic Fibrosis, but surely for the Academy Ace tournament, where all this is heading, you're going to be evolving your Goomy into Goodra, right? I mean, Goomy is famously the weakest Dragon-type Pokemon after all. That was you, by the way. Nope. What kind of faith would I be showing in our CF mascot if I evolved him? Besides, people are born with CF, they don't get to choose to make life easier for themselves. So it's Goomy all the way. Wow, okay. Good luck for when the Academy Ace comes. Thank you. Lucas and the team and I will be fine. I think. So marks a little title certain Pokemon have. Lucas didn't have one, but you would not believe how incredibly appropriate some of the marks coming up would be. And look how laid back it is, relaxed nature found in the chilling waterhead. But that's just the start of how easygoing our team would turn out to be. Nature's effect to Pokemon stats, and not only is relaxed plus defense reduced speed pretty good for Goomy in battle as a bulkier piece, it's literally the perfect nature to represent CF Mucus too. More defense, less speed couldn't represent better how sticky it is, plus with that speed lowering it's trying to hold people with the condition back. But with our marvellous Mucus mascot, what could hold us back now? 1 down, 5 to go. Next up, we're going over to Blueberry, everybody. It's quiz time! Cystic fibrosis is a disorder of what? It's cell membranes. Congratulations if you got that right, I'm glad you're learning something. If you got that wrong, don't worry about it, you've just learned now. You're still learning something, everyone's a winner. But I have to say, I feel like the biggest winner. But we'll get into why during this next hunt. Yes, salt and water can't flow as easily between the cells in CF, hence the mucus buildup, and we literally have a 1-for-1 cell Pokemon, and that is the Solosis line. Brief aside, how do they do it? How did they take cells, and make them cute? The shiny isn't yellow, unfortunately, but you can't have it all. And there's still a good number of yellow shinies to come. Solosis divides as it evolves, and the Pokédex entries of those evolutions, Duosion and Reuniclus, emphasize how they're at their strongest when working together. When the two Duosion brains agree or when Reuniclus shake hands. Which I like to see as a metaphor for CF Week, all of us coming together to make a collective noise. Like the sheer amount of Pokemon you see when sandwich powers are in effect in Scarlet and Violet. Such a strange line out of context. You don't actually have to put the bread on top, by the way, which is good since some of the specific ingredients we have for these specific powers could well topple out, but this is nothing compared to one of the sandwiches we have coming up later on. Gordon Ramsay was appalled to see our latest abomination. What are you? Lucas is lapping it up. Lucas, how are you doing? You're a bit chilly. Oh, sorry to wake you up. I shouldn't have woken you up. You need to get your rest. Oh, Lucas is loving it. Oh, look! We'll just go for a little stroll, running circles around us. Happy little Lucas. But it did boost the appearance rate of psychic types like the Solosis line, and boy did those cells multiply. And we've got a very complex organism on our hands. All the more so as whereas Goomy was the only dragon type that appears in the chilling waterhead, here in the polar biome of the Blueberry Academy, in terms of psychic types, we can also find... I wonder if we'll find any random shinies, like a random shiny Matang. Can you imagine? In fact, no Solosis over here. Yeah, that's right, the Pokédex did say... is more in this lakey part. The light, exactly. You thought they were all shiny. That is a shiny Beldum. No way. Well, shiny Beldum for the memories. A very fast shiny. And all the Pokemon are falling off by me, so I'll have to rescue those. I literally just said, never say no to a shiny Beldum. Hashtag CF Wheat landed a critical hit. Let's hope that CF Wheat this year lands a critical hit. Seldom! That's really good, Stiggy. Do we have a random mark on this? Also, seldom S-E-L-D-O-M means rarely. Which kind of works for the rarity of the condition. We don't have a mark, it's docile. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just need to rescue my plushies that fell down. Now, had that been a Solosis, it would have been an absurdly swift hunt and would be on to the third team member already. They're a little bit precarious, but they're good enough for now. But I'm delighted to find Beldum. A, what a cool shiny. B, what a powerful evolutionary line. And C, it's the perfect representation of something game-changing for cystic fibrosis, to do with the very cells we're immersed in right now. There's a real parallel, actually, between Beldum to Metang to Metagross, and Solosis to Duosion to Reuniclus. Both lines multiply their brains as they evolve. Metagross, for example, has 4 brains as a result of the fusion of 2 Metang, and is more intelligent than a supercomputer. Plus, it has a dual typing of not only Psychic, but also Steel. Its superior intelligence and Psychic typing represents to me the groundbreaking research, and Steel typing the technological advancements that enabled the advent of a life-changing new medicine for cystic fibrosis, Kaftrio, or Trikafta in the US. It's just a couple of pills I take every morning. Now, I'm sure I'm oversimplifying here, but my understanding is as follows. Kaftrio is known as a modulator, and it regulates those faulty cell membranes in cystic fibrosis. That means that water and salt can pass more easily between the cells. And that means that that sticky mucus is thinner. Now, not everyone has the same experience with Kaftrio, and there are all sorts of caveats. Remember, I'm a storyteller, not a scientist. And in fact, not everyone with CF can take Kaftrio, but it does work, for example, for the most common so-called genotype of cystic fibrosis, homozygous F508 delta. So Kaftrio is not the answer to everything. But when I started taking it, I remember thinking, so this is what breathing is supposed to feel like. Before Kaftrio, I was constantly clearing my throat, and I couldn't laugh without coughing. And then, all of a sudden, everything I knew about breathing changed. Take a deep breath in. And out. Enjoy that feeling. It's something we do literally all the time, but take it from me, don't take that feeling for granted. You'll discover all sorts of miraculous further benefits of Kaftrio soon. So that's what my one-man show, Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis, is all about. So this is what breathing is supposed to feel like. I started Kaftrio December 2020, shortly after it was launched here in the UK, and of course 2020 was a very difficult year for the world. Not only lockdown, I had to shield from COVID-19 being a respiratory virus, and cystic fibrosis affects the whole body, but one of the principal areas is the lungs, and you'll hear much more about that in a moment's time. Shielding meant I could essentially never leave the house or get close to anyone. Kaftrio was a light at the end of that tunnel. But I was also juggling a new relationship at the time as well as a course of IVs, so hard as it was, mentally and physically, it was also pretty farcical. It'll make much more sense when you see it, so again, check out my show Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis, linked below. So our random shiny Beldum is a tribute to the scientific research and technological advancements that made Kaftrio possible, but of course first and foremost, it's thanks to the people behind all this that made it possible. You have literally changed my life, and thousands of others. Thank you. And now to find our shiny Solosis, our cell that will benefit from Kaftrio. Just like how looking at me you wouldn't be able to tell I have cystic fibrosis, shiny Solosis is barely distinguishable from its regular form. And I'll tell you what rhymes with Solosis: fibrosis. What do they think we are, eagles? You know, eagle-eyed. That is such a subtle difference, but we found it. I'm going to run away and save. Ooh, in the one sandwich, we've got a shiny Beldum and a shiny Solosis. It's just a slightly bluer gel around it. I wonder if we've missed any before. But that's it. We've got our shiny Solosis. Very cool. I'm impressed with myself, to be honest, for noticing. Maybe we don't need to put it to sleep with hashtag CF Weekly Among Us. We can just go for an ultra. Crit capture, look at that. And I have a nickname queued up for all of our targets. And for this one, we're going to go with Delta. Because the most common genotype of cystic fibrosis is called, I believe, Delta F508. So Delta the Solosis, welcome. Nature guesses, everybody. Jolly is always my guess. And let's see if we have a mark as well. Oh, it's the exact opposite of Lucas, our shiny Goomy. It's hasty, and we've got a mark as well. It's hasty. So this is plus speed minus defense, whereas Goomy was plus defense minus speed. Well, what's our mark here? I'm excited to find out. I hope it's not just the uncommon mark, the sociable. See what this mark is. Ferocious! Ooh! Delta the Rampaging. We will definitely take that. Cells are on a rampage. They want justice. They want correct regulation of their gateways. Well, I guess I am an eagle then. I cannot believe I noticed that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I can tell a cystic fibrosis affected cell from a regular one since I have the condition. No, it's just because I play far too much Pokemon. We've just found a 1 in 318,961 Pokemon. 1 in 683 chance to find a shiny times a 1 in 467-ish chance to find this particular ferocious mark. Pretty cool. Meet our rare cystic fibrosis cell, Delta the Rampaging, and let us all emulate him in our restless efforts to raise awareness of cystic fibrosis. Believe me, a rampage is very much what Delta will go on in the Academy Ace tournament coming up later. And let me tell you, I didn't know it yet, but the most unbelievably apt mark was still to be found. Speaking of cool, our in-game yellow-ish attire definitely inappropriate for the freezing conditions of the polar biome. Again, relieved not to be my in-game character, since as you can imagine, cold and flus affect people with cystic fibrosis more seriously. But 2 shinies in the span of 1 sandwich, Delta appearing just 1 minute before the end of that half-hour sandwich timer, a mark, that rampaging ferocious cystic fibrosis Solosis, say that 10 times fast, rampaging ferocious cystic fibrosis Solosis, rampaging ferocious cystic fibrosis Solosis, rampaging ferocious cystic fibrosis Solosis, rampaging Solosis. Anyway, Solosis is fighting fit thanks to our shiny Beldum, representing the advent of Caftrio. Hasty nature, appropriate for the rampage, reducing defense, increasing speed. Those cell gateways are more open and salt and water are flowing between them more freely. Even though Hasty's not a great nature for Reuniclus per se, once we fully evolved him, he wants to be bulky. Will that hold him back in the Academy Ace? And remember, Lucas is staying a Goomy, so we'll need all the help we can get. Otherwise, the quest's going well. But all this was nothing compared to the luck we were about to experience. 2 down, 4 to go. So good! We can move on to our 3rd target, everybody. So we've been in Kitakami, we've been in Blueberry, and now we go to Paldea. You already know where in the body we're heading next. Yes, you do. Alright, take another deep breath in. And out. And we're ready for the lungs. I see this team of 6 in 3 pairs. We've zoomed right into the underlying issues in cystic fibrosis with mucus and cells. Now we're zooming out a bit to a couple of key organ cystic fibrosis effects. Then we'll zoom out even further to 2 lifestyle considerations with CF. Before anything else, let me make this clear. Cystic fibrosis and that buildup of mucus due to the faulty cell membranes affects the entire body. But the lungs are especially impacted. Don't worry, my lungs aren't actually this small. This is just how the design of the t-shirt worked out to fit everything else in, okay? Alright. It's easier for bacteria to settle there due to the sticky mucus. That leads to the strange infections that are more of a problem for people with CF than for the general population, like I was talking about with Goomy. And of course, the buildup of mucus is why breathing can be more laboured, like we saw in the Reuniclus bit. We don't have a lung Pokemon, but we do have the next best thing. A balloon Pokemon, Drifloon, which evolves into Drifblim. And you better believe its shiny is yellow, again the official colour of CF, which represents a brighter future for those with the condition. It's a ghost and flying type, and listen, we're just going to ignore the Pokedex entries that say, for example, that the raw material for the gas inside Drifblim's body is souls. People with CF do not have souls in their lungs, air. Air is fine. And by the way, flying is essentially the air type in Pokemon terms. Having visited Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy, for our next 2 hunts we are hopping in our hot air balloon and soaring, flying, any High School Musical fans? To the good old base Generation 9 region of Paldea. Drifts, Loon and Blim only break free in Pokémon Scarlet and only at night. And the drifts are pretty widespread in Paldea. Yeah, it'll be hard pushed to find any Drifloon, won't we? After another sandwich that will make Gordon Ramsay use language too colourful to include here. I still didn't change the yellow tablecloth, did I? It was hard to find the best place to hunt them, but we're all in this together, so shout out to LL Rhodes in my chat for recommending Around Medali. The tablecloth to yellow. And yes, we can change our chairs to yellow as well. Was it these that made all the difference kicking off one of my luckiest streams ever? Love it when you have a ghost sandwich on and a bunch of sword Pokopia. This does seem like the best area, so thank you very much for the tip, LL Roads. They are quite small though, aren't they? We have to keep our eyes very much peeled. And it would be lovely for this to appear soon, so that we don't risk it becoming daytime. To help clear the mucus, people with CF often perform chest physiotherapy. Routines will differ. I, for example, breathe in salt water vapour, which will loosen the mucus, and then huff to shift it and spit it out. Funnily enough, it was actually surfers who discovered the benefits of breathing in salt water vapour. Makes sense though, being out there on the seas. Gnarly and tubular. Can you tell I've never surfed? I used to have to do chest physiotherapy morning and evening for around 30 minutes each, but now thanks to CAF Trio and the reduced mucus, I now only do chest physiotherapy for around 5 minutes and only in the mornings, and even then, once daily feels excessive sometimes. You know that feeling of I wish there was more time in the day? Well, CAF Trio literally gave me that. I was given the gift of time. I didn't have to spend so long on my chest physiotherapy anymore. I had more time to do what I want to do. Very hard to put that feeling into words, but to put it mildly, I suppose we could say it was a very humbling experience. It's time for a lung function test. Before we were taking a deep breath in and out, now, if you're feeling well, and of course take the right medical precautions for you, try breathing in deeply and then blow out as hard and fast as you can, like this. That is the basis of a lung function test, and let me tell you, people with cystic fibrosis are very familiar with it. Breathing in as deeply as you can and then blowing into a mouthpiece attached to an apparatus, which measures the amount of air you can blow out within the first second, otherwise known as your forced expiratory volume, your FEV. In cystic fibrosis, your FEV is a key indicator of how well you are. If you have an infection, for example, your FEV is likely to suffer. So a lung function test is a staple at any CF health checkup. But now, back to what I've been looking for. All likes and subscribes appreciated, everybody. Show your support for cystic fibrosis. Okay, when is member number 3 coming? Is it going to have a mark? And will it be a shiny Drifblim that we find, or a shiny Drifloon? I wandered lonely as a Drifloon. So it's up! Shiny Drifloon, there we go! Oh, I'm so pleased that appeared quickly. Wow. That was only in like... yeah. 15 minutes. We will take that. Very nice. Excellent. Hashtag CF week, everybody. Crit capture? No. So, this is member number 3, course of antibiotics. Now, that could be oral or it could be intravenous. That was a great capture, very nice. So, it's cool that we found a Drifloon as well, and not a Drifblim. I like to be able to evolve it all the way up. So, we're going to nickname this Drifloon Fev, F-E-V. And Fev, our Drifloon, is... Lax. It's chilled out. It's chilled out. Look at this. We have a mark. What's the mark gonna be? This is exciting. Teary! Oh, FEV the teary-eyed. Don't be teary. I guess that kind of makes sense. The mucus secretions, maybe. Poor Fev, the teary-eyed Drifloon. Of course, there is the emotional element of cystic fibrosis or any long-term health condition being difficult to deal with. But who's to say they're tears of sadness? After all, Fev is lax, and he'll probably get on great with our relaxed Lucas the Goomy. So I reckon they're tears of joy, and yes, I'm a merry man, but I genuinely think there is no better chest physiotherapy than a good laugh. I mean, think about it. Laughing is a series of quick, intense huffs. That'll clear your mucus like nobody's business. That's why pre-CAF Trio I found it difficult to laugh without coughing. So listen, I know it sounds really cheesy, but in my experience, laughter really is the best medicine. Another reason why I wanted my one-man show to be a comedy, link below. And boy is this merry man laughing without coughing right now. We've got half the team. And Fev appeared in just 15 minutes, and 2 of the 3 of our team so far have a mark. Wicked. Defying gravity, defying the odds, we are soaring, flying through. This was the start of something new, the second stream of this challenge, and let me tell you right now, all of this was an early sign that this would be one of the luckiest streams I've ever had. Next up, yet another and uncannily appropriate mark. Get your head in the game, because there's not a shiny star in heaven that we can't reach. Okay, 3 down, 3 to go, and I'm done with the High School Musical references. For now. Cover the lungs. Now time to look at the other organ that CF affects principally, and that is the stomach. And for that we'll need to boot up Violet. Head south. From the lungs, we take a trip to the stomach and digestive system, but how on earth does mucus affect this?
Bear right.
Oh yeah, we're taking a detour to the pancreas. It's simply lovely this time of year. This is where the enzymes are produced that break down food.
Turn around where possible.
What? Why?
Road ahead closed.
Because? Congestion caused by mucus. Ah, I see. Gotta say, for a sat-nav, you're surprisingly helpful. Cheers. I mean, for a start, you're apparently able to have a two-way conversation. No one-way street here. That was good. Thanks. But what do we do about this blockage? Seek alternative route. Yeah, I gathered that. Any tips? No. So what have we learned other than sat-navs are useless? In CF, mucus blocks the ducts leading out of the pancreas so enzymes can't get out to digest food. And there's no alternative route. So I have to take supplementary enzymes in pill form to digest my food. There are various brands, but the one I use is called Creon. As a side note, Creon is also the figure of a name from Greek mythology that, for example, in the play Antigone forbids a body from being buried. I have no idea why they chose this name, and I can't find any information about it online, but I'd love to look into it at some point. Anyway, I take Creon, the pill not the king, to digest food, and it's all to do with fat content. The strength of the medicine I take, and this will vary from person to person, but for me, it's 1 capsule for every 6 grams of fat. So that would roughly be a slice of bread with peanut butter, for example. A piece of cake would be 2 enzymes, a Chinese takeaway would be a nightmare. But seriously, it can be very difficult with restaurants and takeaways to work out the amount of fat in a meal and therefore the number of enzymes I should be having. Yes, I've developed a pretty good sense for it by now, but still, the nutritional information on the back of food packets, very helpful. But not when it's like, this packet is 232 grams and here's the amount of fat in a 100 gram edible portion. I mean, come on, who is that useful to? Just make it easier. If I get the dose wrong, and trust me, you don't want me to go into too much detail here, but I'll get an upset stomach and I'll feel the effects when I go to the toilet, let's just leave it at that. Which brings us to our stomach Pokemon, and you might be thinking, Charlie mate, seriously, there's a stomach Pokemon? To which I say, listen mate, there are more than 1,000 Pokemon at this point, there are bound to be some niche ones, but yes, just like with Reuniclus and Cells, we do have a 1-for-1 stomach Pokemon, the Gulpin line. Gulpin, the stomach Pokemon. Virtually all of Gulpin's body is its stomach. This Pokemon's stomach contains special enzymes that can dissolve anything. While it is digesting, vile, overpowering gases are expelled. Swalot, the poison bag Pokemon. Its cavernous mouth yawns widely. It gulps anything that fits in its mouth. It secretes a horribly toxic fluid from the pores on its body. So it's a greedy, sweaty fart bag. I think we can all agree that the Pokedex doesn't give Gulpin and Swalot the best rap, so let's redeem it and whack it on the team. But also, again, how have they done it? It's a greedy, sweaty fart bag that's cute. A sentence I never thought I'd say. By the way, my favourite is Swalot's entry in Emerald. Its powerful stomach acid is capable of digesting almost anything. The one thing in the whole world a Swalot can't digest is its own stomach. Yeah, crucial impossibility management by Pokemon there. Bad news, the shinies aren't yellow, but at least they've got little yellow attributes. Also worth noting that the stomach is just one stop of many in the digestive system of humans. It's not like Gulpin and Swalot where it all happens in the stomach. Here they represent the digestive system as a whole. Now, I actually started the Swalot hunt the first day of streaming this challenge. I wanted to go from Solosis to hunting Drifloon or Drifblim, since I wanted to start with the lungs, but it wasn't nighttime in Scarlet yet, so they weren't going to appear. So I put aside the Scarlet exclusive hunt for them for the time being and switched to the Violet exclusive hunt for Gulpin and Swalot. Change this to yellow. Ooh, don't have many herba. Bitter and sweet. What a combo. Fortunately for us, Swalot is a much less discerning food critic than Gordon Ramsay. That said, my latest sandwich would make Gordon want to hunt me down. I digested it in my own stomach with my regular digestive juices, with a little help from Creon, again the pill not the king, and then won an award for swiftest shiny after eating a sandwich, as we all know, the most coveted Oscars category. Now, what other poison Pokemon appear here? Ah, yes. The frogs. To be fair, great shiny, so I don't mind it too much. People absorb more. And that is already a shiny Krogunk. Again, it could have been a Gulpin, it could have been a Swalot. It's a great shiny, though. I love a turquoise shiny. Oh, not that one. Don't run away too far. At least we saved. Also, they normally run towards you. CF Week's Mold Breaker. We do break the mold with CF Week. Last time I got a shiny Beldum and a shiny Solosis, so maybe we'll be similarly lucky this time. It is popular as a mascot. Well, Goomy. Shiny Goomy is our mascot for CF Week again over the wrong shoulder because I get confused by the mirror. Maybe we'll just call Krogunk Joe Gunk. Joanna Gunk. It's naive. I'd like to thank my poison type sandwich, which was disgusting but did the job. Our second random shiny of the quest, and Krogunk is a dual poison and fighting type. So whereas Gulpin and Swalot obviously represent the stomach, the fighting type of Krogunk can represent the enzymes themselves, breaking down the food. And how many more would we find before the stomach? As this hunt continues, you might be wondering if I still need to take Creon supplementary enzyme capsules to digest food since I'm on CAF Trio. And the answer is yes, but fortunately I don't need to take as many now. Gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sure why, and it's hard to find further information. Perhaps because the cafeteria has been able to clear only some of the mucus that blocks the pancreas, so more of my body's natural enzymes can get out now to digest food. After all, that mucus had been building up uninhibited for many years. But again, don't quote me on that, it's complex and I'm not entirely sure. I'm also not entirely sure why the greedy sweaty fart bag appears around the regally beautiful Casseroya Lake. And I'm even less sure we'll find another shiny during this sandwich. Time check. 14 seconds. Could it happen in the last gasp? Gulpin, Swalot. Come here. Apparently not. Well, time for another sandwich then. Yummy! Good. Right, pop some more Creon in and gulp down another sandwich. Subway would be impressed with that. Yeah, would they? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Swalot, by the way, not Swalot after swallow, and then of course we've got Gulpin. The name just looks like Swalot, and it's a mistake I'll keep making in the stream, so enjoy. This will be the one. I have no idea, but maybe. This will be our last sandwich of the stream. Let's hope we get our shiny stomach. Not a phrase I ever thought I'd say. What other organ Pokemon do we have? I guess we have Love Disc for the heart. Gulpin Swalot for the stomach. Bladder? Time check on the sandwich. We're about halfway there. Living on a prayer. Come on, Gulpin. Come on, Swalot. It would be very satisfying to find half the team in the first stream. Time check. 3 minutes? I really thought we'd find one. But our luck's been pretty good tonight. Come on. Come on. Nah, that's the end of the sandwich. So I'll be streaming this again probably 6:30 UK time on Wednesday, and hopefully we can complete the shiny team and then take on the Academy Ace tournament, but wouldn't be surprised if it takes more than one extra stream, but we'll have to see. Maybe we'll be very lucky on the next stream. Who knows? And that Hugh knows? Who knows? Hugh doesn't know, don't ask Hugh. So our luck might have run out for that first stream, and it was a lucky first stream with 3 shinies and a mark. But let's not forget my second stream of this quest when I picked the Swalot Gulpin hump back up is one of my luckiest of all time, and here are a couple of reasons why. We find our Drifloon fed the teary-eyed after just 15 minutes, and then I switched back to the Gulpin Swalot hunt. I tried a different bit of Casseroya Lake just to mix things up. I wonder if... Let me just do an experiment. I wonder, because it showed on the map that appeared around this area too. I wonder if we better over here. Let's see. I should probably double check the Venonat, but I didn't. So there we go. Okay, this is good. So you tried to know you don't have to remember the difference. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Immediate shiny Swalot, would you look at that? Oh, we are making quick progress. It's not a Gulpin, but it is a Swalot, and we were going to evolve it anyway. This is insane. Wow, the luck is coming thick and fast. The stars really come from within its throat, you know. At least we didn't phase again. Wow, we are absolutely racing through. So we've only got 2 more members left to find, and that was within around half an hour of stream, so good. Maybe we'll be finishing this quest tonight after all. Is this marked? Don't think I have the mark charm on this file yet, so maybe not. Nice, great cat. I'll need to put this into home to transfer it over. We are going to call Swalot Creon. This is the first shiny Swalot I've ever owned. It is... Wow, we've got a lot of natures to do with defense here. Relaxed. Same as our Goomy, I think. Same as our Goomy. We've got a very chill team because we had a lax Drifloon as well. And we do have a mark. I really wasn't expecting a mark. Really wasn't expecting a mark. Given that we don't have the mark charm here. What do we have? Let's get a drum roll, please. Lunchtime. Creon the Peckish. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. It's a stomach. It digests food. Enzymes digest food. Creon the Peckish. Are you joking? Fate. Fate has decided that we get Creon the Peckish. That is... I don't even want to know how rare. Well, I do want to know. That is just unfathomably rare to get that particular mark. It's so perfect. Creon the Peckish. You couldn't make it up. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Perfect. Unbelievable. There is no way we got the lunchtime mark on our stomach digestion team member. Creon the Peckish, are you kidding? It's almost too perfect. And all the more apt since we had to eat 3 sandwiches total to find him. He's even apparently eaten his own shiny stars. It does look like he's belching them up, doesn't it? Lovely. Relax just like Lucas, and plus defense minus speed serves this Pokemon well in battle too, so he could rule in the Academy Ace tournament later. Bow down for the coronation of the majestic Creon the Peckish, the Pill and the King. That relaxed, regal air, reigning supreme over surroundings that befit him. The noble splendor of Casseroya Lake. He's ascended the throne to become so much more than just a greedy, sweaty fart bag. Yes, he is still that though, and proud of it. So to be clear, we are just 45 minutes into stream and we've already found 2 shinies, both with marks and one the most perfect we could have wished for. And we only see 1 Swalot for every 4 or so Gulpin, and Swalot is the shiny we find, and with that incredible mark. But with the rest of the stream, see me swallowing my pride. I know I wouldn't need any Creon with pride, it doesn't contain any fat. Right, plug our next destination into the sat-nav, 4 down, 2 to go, and we are heading back to Kitakami. And go. Turn around where possible. Thought we might say that. Listen, hey, if you made it this far in the video, why not drop a like and subscribe to the channel? You clearly enjoyed the videos I make. It would mean a huge amount, especially for such a personal project. And you don't want to upset our next target. No, I think with Lucario more than any other, Pokemon has really nailed the vibe of I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So yeah, I'd like and subscribe if I were you. You don't want to let down your Uncle Lucario. I've always wondered, actually, if there is someone in the world called Lucario. If you are watching, Mr. Ario, please drop a comment. It would be an honour for me and for so many others to meet you. So we zoomed right into the base level of cystic fibrosis with mucus and cells, then we zoomed out a little bit further to see some of the bigger picture, see a couple of the organs that cystic fibrosis affects, and now with a final pair, we're zooming out even further for a couple of lifestyle considerations with cystic fibrosis. Lucario, a fan favourite Pokemon, perhaps because it's one that's been genetically engineered, it seems, to be the coolest thing ever in the world to 10-year-olds, represents exercise and discipline. Aerobic exercise is of course how we keep our lungs active, which is of course especially important in CF, and of course it's excellent chest physiotherapy shifting that sticky mucus, of course. I'm having so much fun in this t-shirt, I mean, can you blame me? I run, and when I can, swim, which is especially good exercise because you have to recruit so many more of your muscles. Weight training is also important, not just for keeping generally fit and healthy, but also because the bones in cystic fibrosis can be thinner, and lifting weights helps strengthen them. Remember, cystic fibrosis affects the entire body, not just the lungs and digestive system. I aim to work out around 3 times a week. I'm filming this during a heat wave, and wow. I'm already sweaty. I actually haven't worked out today, so this is really useful. Thank you to me for this B-roll. It takes discipline to keep up with regimes of any kind, exercise included, and I haven't even mentioned yet my full daily medicine regime. Morning. 2 puffs of an inhaler to prepare the airways before chest physiotherapy. A vial of saltwater solution goes in my nebulizer, which turns it into a mist I breathe in to help thin mucus before huffing and spitting out. Breakfast. 2 Caftrio to keep my cell membranes working as they should and thinning the mucus, then Creon to digest the food. Lunch. Creon to digest the food. Dinner. Creon, 1 Kaleidoco, which is like a top-up smaller dose of Caftrio, and 1 special multivitamin supplement, since I don't absorb as much from my food, though more on that later. Plus salt tablets if I'm sweating a lot. People with CF lose more salt through their sweat than other people, and if I feel like I'm coming down with a cold, I just put myself on a 2-week course of oral antibiotics so the cold doesn't develop into a chest infection. This is called a prophylaxis. How many Creon capsules do I take in a day? Listen, that's a great question, thank you for asking. It's 1 for every 6 grams of fat, roughly, so in an average day, maybe around 12. It depends on what I eat, obviously. I got pills, they're multiplying. No, the opposite. This is less than before. They're dividing. So to sum up what it is now, that's 6 daily medicines, not including salt or antibiotics, and around 16 total daily pills. Because I now absorb more from my food, the 12 or so Creon that I take in a day now is around half of what I used to have to take. That's also because I just don't need to eat as much now to maintain a healthy weight. You'll learn much more about that with our last team member in a moment. I also used to have to take a medicine that reduces stomach acid production because acid reflux can cause infections in CF. I reckon our Swalot Creon could do with some of that, and another couple of inhalers. So overall for me, and this is just my experience, I used to have to take 9 daily medicines and around 30 total pills, mainly Creon. But now on Caftrio, I only have to take around 6 daily medicines and 16 total pills, including Caftrio itself. 2/3 the number of medicines and half the total pills in a day. Yep, Caftrio. You're the one that I want, you are the one I want, Caftrio! However, that's still a lot of pills. Again, Caftrio is not the answer to everything. So just like with exercise, I need discipline to be strict with my medicine regime. And as I'm sure you've experienced yourself, once you're in the habit of doing something, it's so much easier to maintain. So why does our mate Lucario represent exercise and discipline? Well, one of its types is fighting, exercise, and the other is steel. Discipline. It's as simple as that. It's physically fit and has an iron will. And the clincher? Yellow shiny. What can I say? It just works. Lucario's USP as a Pokemon is detecting and controlling auras, which is less relevant for CF, but just these base facts alone make it a good pick for the team. And by the way, its pre-evolved form Riolu is just a pure fighting type without the steel, so it doesn't have as much of that discipline element. Now Mr. Ario and his son Riolu, if we hunt that to evolve it, appear in Paldea, but we've had a couple of targets there now, so we're going to head back to Kitakami for this one. They're also easier to find there. But we found 2 of our team members in the first stream of this challenge, and we've already found the next 2 in this stream. So that'll be it for tonight. Right? Alright. Kitakami Wilds. I've changed my cup to yellow, and my bowl to yellow. Fully yellowed out. For CF week. I mean, the yellow picnic chairs clearly gave us shiny luck, so maybe the yellow bottle and cup will too? Another sandwich, don't forget your crayon, perhaps even an idiot sandwich. Gordon Ramsay's calling it a culinary crime, and we've got a slight problem. As we try and shiny on Lucario, but Gallade is somewhat gate crashing here. So what would shine first, Lucario or Gallade? Neither. I might just... We go elsewhere for the Riolu. Let's try the Paradise Barrens, but there will be Jangmo-o there too. It also wouldn't be Jangmo-o. Oh, Timber as well. It also wouldn't be Timber. Good luck to anyone who is competing in Utrecht. If no Riolu appear here, then... Oh, Mienfoo. Well, random shiny Mienfoo immediately, so we'll take that. Wow! The luck is insane today. The luck is absolutely insane. In fights, they dominate with onslaughts of flowing continuous attacks. With their sharp claws, they cut enemies. Call it Renolu. Do you have a mark, Renolu? Oh my goodness, you do. It's hasty. Another defense-affecting nature. And it's the Cloud Watcher. That's very cool. But if that would have been on the Lucario, that would have been all the better. Renolu the Cloud Watcher. Our mark luck has been insane today. Great. Well, unfortunately, you're going to watch the clouds from the box now, Renolu, but thank you for being here. As the name suggests, Mienfoo is inspired by Kung Fu, something I don't know much about, but clearly there are short, intense bursts of energy. It's reminiscent of HIIT, or High Intensity Interval Training, but Kung Fu itself is not seen as an HIIT sport apparently, which is good for improving lung function, whereas your more steady state cardio is good for maintaining it. Both kinds are great, of course, but in my experience, doctors tend to prefer high-intensity interval training for CF, because the higher your lung function, very generally speaking, the healthier you are. So our Mienfoo here represents HIIT. And that is 3 for 3 marked shinies within the first hour of today's stream. We keep rolling that 1 in 10s and even hundreds of thousands chance to find various marks, so surely that's it. That's my luck done now. Kaput. Finito. I will never find a shiny or a mark ever again. Goodbye the end. Well, our mystical, disgusting idiot sandwich is still boosting our odds for another 23 minutes. Another contender for one of the most insane sentences out of context in this video, so let's see. And as that nickname suggests, Mienfoo is not a Riolu. Not just a pretty face. And I'm arguably not that either. Yes, it looks like Riolu only appears in the daytime, even though the Dex entry doesn't say anything to do with that. So what I might do, I'll go back to the Gallade area. We could also try a Steel Sandwich instead. I'll tell you 2 more things that aren't a Riolu, Lucario and Gallade, but Lucario is what we're ultimately after anyway. So now we're back here, the question returns. What would shine first, Mr. Lucario or Mr. Gallade? There's not much I can do with that. Or more likely nothing after such a crazy start to today's stream. Yeah, Lucario is going to stand out as well. Slash Riolu when we find it. So it's 8th of June through to the 21st of June, so it'll be 2 weeks, but we'll still be calling it CF Week because it's easier to say, I remember, than CF Fortnite. And Fortnite, of course, is a different game. 4 for 4 on marks. Maybe, Willow, maybe. What have we got? Is that a shiny Lucario? Oh my goodness, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What is the luck tonight, everybody? That is our 5th target already. Goodness me. Crikey. Hashtag CF Week, everybody. That is so cool. And it's not a Gallade. What a shiny as well. We only have 1 team member left. Okay, we're getting low here. Hashtag CF Week, don't cry. Will we have a 4th mark? From Canned Wolfme, actually, in their Pokemon Shield Badge Quest video. I really recommend that video. Rigor. That's it. Rigor. The exercise, the discipline, rigor. Will be this Lucario. Impish, sassy, quiet, rash, brave. Let's find out. Rigor. Look at that. Ooh. Brave. Oh. I think that's really good for Lucario, for the Pokemon that we have representing exercise and discipline. We don't have a mark, but hey, we have 3 marks of full shinies on tonight's stream, so I'll very much take that. Jay got it. Hey, well done, Jay. Congratulations, Jay. You get a bonus point. It doesn't mean anything.
Luke, I am your trainer.
Lucario! Ah, who am I kidding? It wasn't Star Wars Day anymore. This is absurd. An hour and 10 minutes into stream. 4 shinies, 3 marks. Would have been amazing to get that cloud watching mark on Lucario instead of Mienfoo, but hey, sorry, RNG gods, I'm not complaining. It's like my game itself is showing its support for CF, and I love it. And Brave Nature, perfect for anyone dealing with a long-term health condition like CF, but also it's just perfect for what our Lucario represents here. You need that determination and perseverance to stick to all of your regimes, be it medicine taking or exercise or anything else it may be. The reduced speed of the Brave Nature for Lucario isn't great, but the physical attack increase is good, otherwise our entire team is special attackers and you need that flexibility. So hopefully that will stand us in good stead when we take on the Academy Ace tournament in the finale. Given what Rigor represents, it would have been apt if he'd put us through our paces to find him, but he was so obliging, appearing 15 minutes into the sandwich, and no Gallade. In fact, all our shinies today have appeared within the first 15 minutes or less of each sandwich, and in the first sandwich. Surely, we cannot keep up this auspicious momentum. Rigor, just like Caftrio, you're the one that I want. But I hate to break it to you, from exercise and discipline to fat, sugar and excess, we're off to the Blueberry Academy like greased lightning! Or should that be greasy lightning? One last time for our final course, the dessert, to round out our shiny CF team. He's not angry, he's just disappointed. 5 down, 1 to go. Could I please borrow your luck, asks Crabsy Malone in chat, and I don't blame him. I really thought it would take 1 more stream at least to assemble our CF Avengers, but we are just an hour and 15 minutes into stream with only 1 more team member to go, so the way this is going, we could well complete our team today. Unless we massively drought, which, to be fair, would balance out our insane odds. Or if we miss the shiny, which as you'll see, there's a real danger of with this hunt. So from Lucario to Alcremie, but you can call her Al. Hey Paul Simon fans? Also, am I kidding? You need to ask her permission first before you call her Albot. Before we dive into the decks, you don't need me to tell you that our Alexandra here is a lovely dollop of cream, but why is she on the team? There are 3 reasons I deem. 1, you might recall that the number of enzymes I take with food is determined by the fat content. Again, just for me, that's 1 for around every 6 grams of fat. So I wanted a Pokemon to represent fatty food, especially because 2, people with cystic fibrosis don't absorb as much from the food we eat, even with Creon. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. We're trying to replicate in a block pill form what other bodies can release a precise number of enzymes for. So our absorption is bound to be based on an approximation. So for that reason, you need a higher fat diet than others to maintain a healthy weight and body mass index, and that will also help you fight off infection. So wait a second, you're a doctor and you're encouraging me to eat dessert, cakes and chocolate. Yes, it's very important. I can't believe I'm hearing this. Believe it, son. You're not my dad. Well, no, I'm you. It's just a term of endearment. I remember health checkups where conversations like this happened, not the last bit. The doctors were essentially giving me Homer Simpson's advice to himself in that one Simpsons episode. Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. One of my all-time favourite Simpsons quotes, by the way. And we've got no shortage of incredible puddings here in the UK, to name just a few. Fruit pies and crumbles, bread and butter pudding, treacle tart, and my favourite of them all, sticky toffee pudding. With cream. But as with so much in cystic fibrosis, take a wild guess what came along and changed that advice. Caftrio means you now absorb more from your food. Okay, so I know all your life you've been used to fatty foods, but now time to dial back on that a bit. Oh. Your fat intake should now be more in line with the general population. Well, I mean, that's great, but also, you know, eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. Stop calling me that. Sure enough, as I was getting used to Caftrio and my diet stayed the same, I noticed I was putting on weight, so as an adult, I had to relearn how to eat properly. It was really strange. Again, I'm not a scientist, but it seems to be because Caftrio helps to thin some of the mucus that's blocking the pancreas, so more of my body's natural enzymes can get out to digest the food. And just to be clear, anyone still needs a balanced diet. I don't want to give you the impression that my lunch before Caftrio would be like sticky toffee pudding with a side of chocolate and a glass of melted butter. It was just on the side of higher fat. Also, side note, you need to take Caftrio with food that contains fat to absorb the medicine properly. So that's the fat side of things, but the third reason why I wanted Alcremie specifically on the team is sugar. In CF, the mucus causes scarring of the pancreas, which can prevent it from producing enough insulin, which can lead to cystic fibrosis-related diabetes. So let this be a reminder that cystic fibrosis affects the entire body. CF-related diabetes is something I know a whole lot less about, so take what I say with a pinch of sugar, but CF-related diabetes is different from type 1 and type 2 diabetes, but can still require insulin injections to help regulate blood sugar levels. People with CF have an annual review comprising all sorts of tests to make sure everything's as it should be, and one of those tests is called an oral glucose tolerance test. You fast from midnight, you have a blood test the next morning, you have a sugary drink, you have another blood test 2 hours later, and then they can see how your body has responded to the influx of sugar, and if your body has produced enough insulin to regulate it. Low blood sugar can cause lightheadedness, which could potentially lead to passing out. High blood sugar, a headache, fatigue, and generally feeling unwell. But the spikes won't be as extreme if the sugar in what you eat has some kind of fat content to it to sort of balance it out. So for example, sticky toffee pudding, again a sponge with a rich toffee sauce, would be better in this sense than so-called empty sugar, say a fizzy drink. So in that sense, something like Alcremie here with fat and sugar is better for you, but literally only in that sense. I mean, she's hardly one of your 5 a day. And just like anyone, Alcremie's pre-evolution Milcery will deflate when its energy level drops, albeit much less literally for us. These Pokemon also have more tangential CF references. Milcery is born from sweet-smelling particles in the air, a nod to the bacteria all around us which are more likely to cause issues in CF, like we discussed with Lucas. When Milcery evolves into Alcremie, its cells spontaneously shift, and you'll see why later. Cell reference detected, but also the shifting is reminiscent of how modulators like Caftrio regulate the cell membranes to make them work properly. Less to do with CF, but my favourite. When attacked, it tackles its foe and covers them in cream. With its foe either blinded or astonished by deliciousness, Milcery flees. I just love that phrase, astonished by deliciousness. And speaking of which, you know what it's time for? We might complete the team on tonight's stream. We might even beat the Academy Ace tournament on tonight's stream, which I was not expecting. And all the yellow. That's what's bringing the luck, I tell you. It's the yellow picnic chairs that I picked up today. I think the fairy ingredient is tomato. Look at all this. This might be quite a difficult one, actually. This is nuts. Oh, I've got onion to go as well. I think I've messed this up. Yummy! Like a billion tomato slices. Also, that's a sparkler. It's going to set the sandwich on fire. Look at that. We're just throwing the tomatoes from within. At least unlike with Alcremie, we're getting like 1 billion of our 5 a day. But we have fired those tomatoes, and I'm pretty sure Gordon Ramsay has fired us. What are you? An idiot sandwich. But from hot to cold, ice cream, anyone? Let's get Milcery. We are in a dairy, everybody. How dairy. Okay, I should have waited to cook that up into a joke. Wait. Did you hear what I said to the man who stole all the butter? How dairy. There we go. You're welcome. You're welcome. I feared that the terrible jokes would just drive the Milcery away, but... oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this crew that's formed. As well as their own sweet taste, I salute their taste in humour. If you think, by the way, well, at least the shiny will be a different colour from these white blobs on a white background, I regret to inform you that shiny Milcery is actually even whiter. Regular Milcery is actually aptly more of a cream colour. But after our ridiculous luck so far today, it was actually nice to end on a more challenging hunt. Actually, both of our more challenging hunts in terms of perception have been in the Blueberry Academy. Delta Arcelosis was here too, but at least those darker eyes are more of a giveaway. Shiny Alcremie, by the way, is black overall, not yellow unfortunately, again the official colour of CF representing a brighter future for those with the condition, but it has many different forms depending on the colour of sweet you give it when evolving, so obviously we're going to give it the yellow star sweet. Was the plan, but you'll see. You better believe you can see it. Very nice, very good Hotbine. The cream of the crop. Oh, all the puns are coming out, everybody. You'll love to see it, you'll love to see it. Looked a slightly different colour, but no. To be fair, if we were to get this shiny on this sandwich, it would almost be too lucky, right? We've been spotted, but is that... uh-oh. A shiny Milcery. No. Oh dear. Look at this! Look at this flotilla of cream. We are swimming in cream. I feel like I'm in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, everybody, not least because of my name. This feels like some kind of exhibit that Willy Wonka came up with. And are we going to do an Augustus Gloop and get sucked up the pipe? There's no pipes, probably not. But anyway, time check on this sandwich. We've got 5 minutes left. Will we have a last chance Milcery? Oh, I'll tell you what. Harder in the daytime. I mean, that's fully just a different Pokemon. That's not sure what. So yeah, maybe our sandwich is running out. Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Our sandwich is dead. Long live the sandwich. I mean, look, we would do that after such an unbelievable first hour of stream and 4 shinies with 3 marks in each one appearing within 15 minutes of their first sandwich. But even so, maybe my hubris stoked by this start was getting the better of me. Shall we see? Let's just see how high we can make one sandwich, shall we? Even though it makes far more sense to divide it equally. Whoa. The higher they climb, oh no, the harder they fall. But again, I don't give up. We persevere. I'm really devoted to making this really insanely tall sandwich now. Alright, here we go. Oh, the other one was sturdier, I think. 3 to go. The camera just keeps panning up. Oh! If at first you don't succeed... No way am I putting bread on top of that. Uh-oh! Finish it off before it all falls down. Oh, we did it. Try again. I have to dislocate your jaw to eat this. Now that's what I call astonished by deliciousness. But Gordon Ramsay says we're still fine. Fruit and veg and cream. Balanced diet is what it's all about, everybody. And balanced tomatoes, apparently. Sandwich 2. Gravity successfully defied once more, but did our leaning tower of tomato scupper our chances of shiny gelato? Had our luck finally run out? But what if I told you I was about to beat the record we set with Joe Gunk, our random shiny Krogunk, yesterday, and I was about to win another Oscar in that hallowed category of swiftest shiny found after a sandwich? Leo DiCaprio could never. Well, if that doesn't summon a shiny Milcery, I don't know what will. Great to have an unevolved, great to have a mid-form Pokemon. We need to see mid-form Pokemon as celebrate them in themselves rather than stops that we're passing through. Ah, that's a shiny Milcery. Look at those black eyes. We did it. We've got the team. We've got the team, everybody. Oh my goodness, that was very swift. That is 9 shinies in 2 streams. That is unbelievable. Right, chuck in your nature guesses, everybody. Dessert. Let me put Haxorus in the box in preparation. Hashtag CF Week. Thank you for your service, as always. The number of Pokemon you've helped me catch with your false swipe. Is it finally going to be Jolly? I'm finally going to get a Jolly member of the team. No, but it's yet again a nature that affects defense in some way. Do we have a mark? Ah, we don't have a mark. It's Lax. We've got a very chill team. A very chill team. Fantastic. I'd like to thank the 1 billion tomatoes that got me here. Well, clearly the game went, look, we can't give him another shiny so soon after 4 shinies and 3 marks in just over an hour. But as soon as he fires up that second sandwich... Yes, that's how the game sounds. And boom, well and truly astonished by deliciousness. Again, it genuinely felt like the game was doing everything it reasonably could to support CF Awareness. That or it wanted to reward me for building the world's first tomato tower visible from space. Now this is the one nickname on the team I'd change if I could. You can call her Al, you can call her Dessert, but actually I wish I'd called my Alexandra Cremie Pudding, after Sticky Toffee Pudding and
Eat the pudding, eat the pudding, eat the pudding, eat the pudding.
That Simpsons quote lives rent-free in my head, so I don't know why it wasn't at the forefront of my mind during this of all hunts. But I went with this theme for the nickname to honour those actual conversations I've had with doctors where they've told me pre-calf trio, eat more pudding, post-calf trio, eat less pudding. And of course, it's the course we're finishing our team with, our final member for taking on the Academy Ace tournament in the true finale imminently. And what a chill team it is, 2 relaxed Pokemon and 2 Lax. For me, this represents how people with CF, and other health conditions too, I'm sure, but I can only speak from my own experience, have so much to deal with that a lot of inconveniences in life feel really minor. So yeah, I would say I do come across as relaxed in certain situations. And following on from that, relaxed and lax both boost defense, so a very resilient team, which you have to be when you have CF. And yes, also a chill team because we found 2 of them in the polar biome in the Blueberry Academy, and 1 in the chilling Waterhead. I really hope my character didn't catch a cold, which would need a preventative prophylactic course of antibiotics, but on the upside, Creon capsules, and enzymes generally, should be kept at a cool to moderate temperature. Too warm and they'll denature, not be able to digest food properly, and it'll feel uncomfortable. King Creon is pleased. Half our team couldn't be put to sleep in battle either, they're just so eager to spread the word about CF. So let's keep that momentum going, and one of my luckiest ever streams, 5 shinies and 3 marks in just under 2 hours. But now, it's time to put our motley crew to the test. Can our cystic fibrosis team hold their own, or will they be held back? Have I bitten off more than I can chew? Is it a tough pill to swallow? Or will this spoonful of sugar help the medicine go down? As if you're eating your favourite pudding, savour the sensation as we breathe in and out. It's time to take on the hardest battles in the game, the Academy Ace Tournament. You have reached your destination. All 6 down. The grand finale to go. Cystic Fibrosis Avengers, assemble. He's sticky but cute, icky but a beaut, it's Lucas! Lucas, our shiny Goomy, Dragon type, the Pokemon CF mascot, named for the mucus he represents, the underlying issue in cystic fibrosis. Yes, being the mascot, he's staying a Goomy. So to give him a fighting chance, we've raised him all the way up to level 100, whereas the rest of our team more or less match our upcoming opponents around level 85. I haven't gone for any non-native Terra types, because this is a team that represents embracing your full potential from the hand you're dealt in life. Here, for example, if we terrestrialize Lucas, his Dragon-type moves will get a power boost. He's holding the Eviolite, upping the defenses of a Pokemon that can still evolve, that relaxed nature increasing his defense and lowering his speed, plus it only seemed right to bring out his hidden gooey ability. In other words, this Mucus could not be stickier. The Dragon moves Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor so Lucas can harness his natural capabilities, taking advantage of being a Dragon-type Pokemon. They'll be slightly boosted as a result. Plus coverage with the Electric-type Thunderbolt and Water-type Muddy Water, which for our purposes may as well be called Mucus Attack. Faulty membrane on the cell, I still think he's pretty swell. It's Delta! Delta the Rampaging, our shiny Reuniclus with the Ferocious mark. Psychic type, named for homozygous F508 Delta, the most common genotype of cystic fibrosis, representing the cells whose membranes don't let salt and water pass through as they should, leading to the sticky mucus. He's got the Life Orb boosting the damage he deals at the expense of a bit of health every turn. These cells are struggling but doing their very best. Appropriately hasty nature, upping speed, dropping defense, the membranes aren't robust but the cells themselves are on a rampage, and Magic Guard means Delta's only taking damage from direct attacks. Being a condition that affects so much, our cystic fibrosis team overall is appropriately quite slow to get going, and Trick Room turns that weakness into a strength, making slower Pokemon move first, Recover to build back and heal up, Skill Swap switches abilities with the target, representing that transfer of salt and water between cells, and Psychic our only damaging move. How better to represent embracing your full potential than a move named after your very type? Take a deep breath and feel that air. Take 'em on at lung function if you dare. It's Fev! Fev the Teary-Eyed, our shiny Drifblim with the Teary mark, Ghost and Flying type, named for Forced Expiratory Volume, the amount of air you can blow out in 1 second and a vital test in cystic fibrosis, a balloon representing the lungs that CF especially affects. Terra Flying as a result, again essentially Pokemon's version of the air type, and Focus Sash so it can take 1 hit and hang on with at least 1 HP, a lifeline, coupling nicely with his Unburden ability, boosting speed when his item is lost, and powering up his Acrobatics move. These lungs are soaring, flying, breaking free. We're bopping to the top with a drop that Strength Sap slops on the opponent's attack stat while topping up our own air supply, healing us up. Shadow Ball for more damage and Stockpile boosting our defenses, a prophylaxis fortifying these lax lungs. Teary-Eyed with laughter, the best medicine around, these lungs are ready to blow, not stick to the status quo. He's a regal stomach full of enzymes, reigning supreme over all mealtimes. It's Creon! Creon the Peckish, our shiny Swalot, note self not Swalot, with the lunchtime mark. Poison type, named for the medicine I and so many others with CF take to digest food, though of course there are other brands too, representing the digestive system also affected by cystic fibrosis, inhibiting the body's natural enzymes. He can chow down on his citrus berry to refuel and nothing can take it away from his sticky hold, then belch up the remnants for big damage. You've never felt acid reflux as strong as this. That can cause infections in CF, whereas Gastroacid suppresses anyone's ability. Gunk Shot throwing up big damage and Earthquake to get this tummy rumbling. He's peckish after all, the perfect mark for him. Relaxed, stomaching those physical attacks, King Creon wears his crown lightly, but don't underestimate this heavyweight. Physical exercise and iron discipline, we trust in Lucario for the win. It's Rigor! Rigor, our shiny Lucario, fighting and steel type, named for the rigor needed to keep on top of regimes, especially for exercise, keeping the lungs active and taking all the medicines required for CF. Clear Amulet to block stat drops, nothing swaying Rigor from his tried and tested course. Terra Steel for that unshakable inner focus, exactly the name of our ability too, no flinching or intimidation here. Brave Nature couldn't be more apt for this paragon of perseverance, plus it makes Rigor our much needed only physical attacker of the squad. Hitting the gym with Swords Dance, getting our attack power firing, and remember, with the Clear Amulet, nothing's reining it back in. Extreme Speed and Bullet Punch speedy attacks that nip threats in the bud, and Close Combat, an all-out move expressing the full might of our rigorous training. Fat and sugar combined for a delectable treat with Alcremie victory never tasted so sweet. It's Dessert! Dessert, whom I wish I'd called Pudding. Our shiny Alcremie, fairy type, named for what doctors used to tell people with CF to eat more of, but with better absorption on Caftrio, some of us have to cut back on, representing key nutritional factors in CF. Fat content that dictates the amount of Creon I need, and the sugariness a nod to CF-related diabetes. Leftovers to snack on, keeping Dessert's energy up between turns, healing a bit of HP, and she can hurl all that glucose-rich energy in a ball at the foe. A grass move for coverage alongside the fairy Dazzling Gleam. You've never seen a glaze this shiny. Carmine thickening that cream even more so she hits harder and takes less damage. Recover to replenish herself with a hearty helping of health pack, but no food coma here. She can't be put to sleep given her sweet veil. Lax nature all the same, chilling like ice cream. In fact, a whole chill cystic fibrosis team, given all the relaxed and lax natures used to dealing with their long-term health condition. Run-of-the-mill inconveniences won't bother them. From the cellular level, we've zoomed all the way out via bodily organs to lifestyle choices more generally. And I know Lucas is our sticky mucus representative, but appropriately the majority of the team have a sticky element to them, less feathered and rigor. They're all in Ultra Balls, the yellowest, and as much yellow as I could muster on the team itself. Again, the official colour of CF representing a brighter future for those with the condition. Well, dessert could be yellower, what about the Star Sweet? That was you again. Yeah, turns out that's pretty rare, and there's no guarantee of ever getting one, so I used a Flower Sweet I had instead. At least it has those yellow accents. Also, shiny Alcremie is always black, but the regular form always has a distinct colour depending on the direction and duration of you spinning with it when you evolve Milcery. It's a gimmick about whipped cream. And we went for the lemon cream form, which of course ordinarily is yellow, so trust me, despite appearances, this is the yellowest Alcremie we could reasonably get. I love that we've got no repeated types, goes to show how wide-ranging CF is, and that will serve us well in battle. But it's still a team bound together by a medical condition. Will cystic fibrosis hold it back, or can we turn that perceived weakness into its strength? Academy Ace time, everybody. Culmination of the quest. I am so tempted to lead our marvellous Mucus mascot Lucas, but it's sure to land us in a sticky situation, right? A first form Pokemon going up against some of the strongest in the game, gifting them an early KO and a valuable head start. But I will ensure that Lucas makes an appearance in every battle at least. It would just not feel right otherwise. I decided to go with Delta up front, giving us the option of setting up Trick Room so our generally slow team can strike first for a few turns. As in life, the cells lay the groundwork for everything else, but can slow and steady win this race? I won't take the game up on its kind offer of switching in between knocked out opponents for an added challenge, and of course no external healing items like potions. 4 trainers stand between us and glory, and I have no idea about their Pokemon or their movesets or anything. This was still that second stream, by the way. It took nearly an hour and a half getting the team ready for the tournament, working out movesets, items and so on, and getting the resources in game. But surely we weren't about to win first time and beat this entire quest in just 2 streams. Were we? Who's going to be our first opponent? Oh, it's Mr. Salvatore. Languages. You're speaking my language. I should have voiced that to that. Allez, on y va. Gothitelle. The Generation 5 Psychic Pokemon meet each other. Look at those shiny sparkles. This is not going to be a very fun standoff. Drifblim would be good here. Fev the Teary-Eyed. It's okay, we've got the Focus Sash. Actually, we take that really well. So now, we could Terra Flying here, couldn't we? It's probably a good idea. Time to kick our lung function into overdrive. We're a pure flying type now. 1 Pokemon per team per battle can terrestrialize like this, changing its type. Here we're removing our weakness to Shadow Ball. However... and we outspeed. Now, before we KO you, let's Strength Sap. Don't have a massive attack stat, obviously, but... oh no. Oh no. It's got competitive, everybody. I just boosted its special attack. As I went for that Strength Sap, I thought, oh wait, was that a bad idea? And yes, it was a bad idea. Okay. Okay, so no matter how good or not a team is, it needs a good pilot, and I just made a terrible play. Strength Sap healing Fev, but boosting Gothitelle's offense in the process thanks to its competitive ability. Our lungs deflated, are we about to fall at literally the first hurdle? Okay, no more messing around. Hopefully a Bullet Punch gets this. Oh, it's got competitive boost. Okay. They're calling it the misplay of the year. Yeah, and they should. Count on Rigor to whip us back into shape after the misplay of the year. Oh, you know he's not angry, just disappointed. Not off to the best start. As far as we can, let's try and do it on set mode. Okay, we do have Alcremie ready to go, so I think we just sacrifice Lucario here. Let's just get off 1 Bullet Punch for glory. Not bad damage. Ooh. Sucker Punch failed because we outsped it with a priority move. Sucker Punch, you have to be going for a damaging move for it to work, but it also depends on speed order. So it can't take another. Do it go for Sucker Punch again? Nah, Heat Wave, and it connects. Okay. Well, salutes to you, Rigor. My misplay, but we can overcome, I think. Is this going to have Steel Wing? I probably better just go for Dazzling Gleam in case. Tailwind. Okay. Probably could have set up there. We're not off to the best start in this battle, Jachoa, but I believe. Palisand. What can Palisand do to us? Steel and Poison. Might have a Poison move, I guess. Let's try and Calm Mind here. We do have Energy Ball as well. Yeah, Sludge Bomb. Oof. We have Recover too. And Leftovers. Stab Bullet Punch stronger than E-Speed. I would guess it is Krabsy, but I think it's probably pretty close. Let's Recover. Please don't Poison. That was fast. Okay, Recover and Leftovers coming in clutch here. Energy Ball. I think we're not critting. Guess the Poison, but that's bound to happen. At some point. Oh, the one shot. Too kind to us, Alcremie. And actually, Leftover just offsets the Poison. Dessert soaking up hits with that whipped cream. Now boosted, can she churn us up a victory from an initial recipe for disaster? Do we sacrifice? I think we sacrifice here. But okay, no. Well, this last Slash is pretty slow, but clearly Alcremie is slower. Ice and Steel. We've got Earthquake. Close combat would have been nice, but we lost our Lucario. Oh dear. Look how big Swalot is. It's a two-shot, nice. That was a crit. And we haven't had our berry yet. Alpha, thank you for popping into the chat. Oh, nice. Dessert swallowed.
Eat the pudding.
We need Creon for all that fat content, and this stomach is rumbling, hungry for revenge. Putting in work here. And we've eaten our berry, so we can belch. Yeah, fake out, sure. But play rough. Kind of just throwing, so we'll take that. I'm not sure I've ever seen that move animation before. Does that not have any normal damaging moves beyond fake out? Oh, nice, you can. Excellent. That acid reflux is going to get you. Raichu's ace. Okay, well, Creon has turned this around for us. Have your Gaviscon, everybody. Have your Antacids. Oh, we've got Earthquake. We're going to go down here, but we'll attempt an Earthquake, why not? Time for Salvatore to terrestrialize his Raichu, amplifying that electricity. Surely this stomach has digested his last. Consider this a greeting, and we dodge. We will take that greeting. What an anticlimax. Can you imagine being there live and Salvatore says that and it misses and he's like, oh, oops. Okay, this time it hits. But this is perfect. Now Lucas can come in and clean up. Good job, Creon. The MVP in this battle for sure. And crucial. Let's go, Lucas. Thunder doesn't always hit, and Raichu lost his nerve in the presence of King Creon, dethroned to make way for the mascot himself. May the force be with you, Lucas. Our mascot of CF Week. I don't think we risk a Draco Meteor here. You know what? YOLO. Focus Blast. Look how well Lucas takes that level, 100 no less, and with the Eviolite, and we connect. And it's enough. Lucas cleans it up. And it's a victory. Okay, let's keep this up. Quelle victoire! Every member of our CF team makes an appearance in their debut battle, a system working in harmony, clutching it up and turning it around after some dreadful direction from me. Sorry team, that was me holding you back, not cystic fibrosis. Okay, battle 2. It's getting late though, nearly 11 at night. Can I keep my inner focus? Savvy Wow, too late for that. The savvy statistician has time. I think she specializes in rock Pokemon, yeah. Delta doesn't love to see this. We will attempt to Trick Room. Night Slash. Oh! That wasn't even a crit. Oh, it's got Sharpness. I'm sure that's why it did so much damage. Psychic. Ooh, nearly. Nearly enough for the one shot. Delta's down, but Trick Room's up. Perfect for our sticky Mucus to thrive. Slower Pokemon act first for a few turns. The crowd going, wow, and it's like 7 people around the arena. Dreadnought. We've got Thunderbolt. Probably has Ice Fang, that's why I was coming in. benefiting from the Trick Room. Oh! And the power makes it slower, which is not great in Trick Room, but if it's full power, it is Ice Fang. Too much damage. Gooey, again not helpful here. Lucas's Gooey acting against us there, slowing down the Dreadnought after it made contact with us with Ice Fang. So next turn, the Dreadnought moved before us in Trick Room. But that's just the nature of the Mucus in Cystic Fibrosis, it holds us back. Can the rest of the team make up for it? And the Dimension Return, which is good timing. That's just Soul Stars. Liquidation. That's the best you've got, that's okay. Bullet Punch. I was going to say, Rock does have good defense. Oh, it does have Earthquake too. Rigger doesn't pull any punches, just lands powered up bullet punches and sweeps through. But workout over, he's finally reached rest day, and now it's a 3v3. You have Energy Ball. Let's try and set up now with Alcremie. Try and Calm Mind. Yeah, she's got Heavy Swell. Oh, so much damage. Wow, okay. Should've just gone for the Energy Ball then. Yeah. Dessert's going down here. And it's not going down well. Heavy Slam, Steel into Fairy, super effective. Dessert's been creamed. Okay, we've got 2 left. This is suddenly not looking great. Fev the teary-eyed. Don't blame me for looking teary-eyed when it's looking a bit bleak. Come on, Fev, blow us all away. Shadow Ball. Actually, Terra Ghost would have been more helpful then. It's gotta be terrifying because it represents the lungs. Okay, it's 2 against 2. Colossal. Oh. We have Focus Ash here and we've got Earthquake on Creon. Don't have the opportunity to go for a stockpile, really. Oh no. Special defense drop? No. Stone Edge, of course, hits. Focus Ash. Could Strength Sap, I guess. Could be a way out, actually. I'm going to try Strength Sapping. Because, you know, Stone Edge can miss. It's got a pretty high attack stat. Oh, we definitely don't. Okay. That was an error. But we were going to lose anyway. Heavy is the head that wears the crown now, and heavy is the burden on King Creon's shoulders. It all comes down to him. Can he do it? If this Colossal doesn't have Earthquake and the Garganacl, then maybe. We outspeed, and we're double super effective. Ooh, not enough. Stone Edge. Not enough to bury, and another crit. It does have a high crit chance. This is going to be close, everybody. 6 minus 5, only 1 Pokemon left. With 10 times strength, I may as well have 10. Astounding Master, how do you do it? How do you do such quick mental arithmetic? Square up a bit more. It's a good line. Do we outspeed this? I think we should. We do. How much do we do? Like a 5-shot, maybe? All the puns. We hang on. Right. I'm just going to have to go for an uber crit here. Yeah. It's a loss, everybody. Fine margins when King Creon's in charge. But the king has fallen. One of my luckiest ever streams it may be, but it had to end sometime. It was all too much for our Cystic Fibrosis team. Our first attempt is a failure. And I think that's the best outcome. This team is not about power. This team is about defying the odds. Long-term health conditions, be it cystic fibrosis or anything else, hold us back. So we just strive all the harder. I have a lifetime's experience of that. Doing chest physiotherapy every single day. Keeping on top of all my medications. Sticking to a strict exercise regime. All just to keep my health at a decent baseline. It's a lot. And of course I wish it didn't have to be this way, but it does. So I have no choice but to strive harder every day. Which is exactly what our cystic fibrosis team has to do. If you're never in over your head, how do you know how tall you are? If at first you don't succeed, try again. We couldn't do the entire quest in 2 streams, and that's fine. A good night's sleep after a late night, and I am ready to wrap this up in stream 3. No matter who you are, take care of your fundamentals and the rest will fall into place. Deep breath in. And out. Now let's win the Academy Ace. And we've got a yellow side up there as well, bringing even more luck. Here we go. Caster Charlie. Welcome one and all to another thrilling Academy Ace tournament. Let's get right to it and kick off the first round. Who will the fates pair up today? Champion Jazindra will be facing our very own home economics teacher, the gruff yet homey Mr. Saguaro. Oh, and did I mention that the lineup changes each time? There's not much planning ahead we can do. Life is unpredictable. You have to adapt. What fascinating eyebrows he has. Pachirisu. Shall we Trick Room here? I think so, probably. Super Fang. Let's just Psychic. Oh, very nice. Oof, Nuzzle's not great. This is definitely a slow and steady team, which I think also makes sense with Cystic Fibrosis. We have to take a little bit more care of ourselves, but we'll get there. One down. And the crowd goes wild, although from the sounds of it, the crowd went mild. Thank you, Delta, for not being full powered. Really good damage. We take that as well. Let's switch in Lucario. Rigor to resist that very well. Air Slash is the best it has. I would like Lucas, our shiny Goomy, to make an appearance in each battle. So let's see. Goodra! Very nice. Yes, that's a fully evolved Goomy. Not sure I'm pronouncing this right, but Saguaro getting into the Cystic Fibrosis spirit and giving us a taste of our own medicine. Let's close combat, see if we have enough. We have Soul's Darts. The Goodra outspeeds! Sure. Why on earth does the Goodra outspeed? I guess we are brave nature, but surely Lucario would outspeed anyway. Power Whip. Power Whip connects, of course. One shot. Nice. Oh, crit. Okay. Critical hits deal more damage than usual, and yes, it pains me to KO Goomy's final form. It's for the greater Goodra. But little did I expect a double helping. Ah, no way. Alcremie comes out. Well, he can't spell Saguaro without sugar. Let's try and recover. Nice. Good job, Dessert. That Calm Mind went a long way. We're eating Saguaro for breakfast. I meant to say dessert. Great. We're eating Saguaro for dessert. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. Still not enough. We get the one shot. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Hatterene, that is literally the worst Pokemon for our Goomy to go up against. But even if Lucas doesn't do anything, making an appearance is enough. Okay! Or not. Well, sorry, Lucas. That definitely wasn't the one for you, but we got a crit there. And without the crit, I don't think it would have gone down. We could have switched in Delta, set up the Trick Room, and then Lucas comes out. But Dessert was definitely the MVP of that battle. Okay, going forward, let's hope that Lucas makes an appearance. Victory tastes sweet, our creme de la creme with the sweep. Eat the pudding, quite the opposite. This Dessert gobbles up the competition. I had really wanted Lucas to come out in every battle, but our team has come roaring back after yesterday. Another critical hit meant that Lucas had no opportunity to fight. And as I predicted, it just doesn't feel right. But a win is a win, so let's ride that sugar high right into our next course. Oh, Mr. Salvatore. He was our first round opponent last time. Now, what do we know not to do in front of Gothitelle? Delta the Rampaging. Such a cool mark. But we know not to risk lowering any stats of Gothitelle. We took that so well. Let's switch in Lucas. The triumphant arrival of Lucas, everybody. Oh, with the Eviolite, we take that so well. I reckon we just go all in. Let's just have fun with Lucas, the mascot of CF Week. Let's Terra Dragon, let's Draco Meteor. Look at this. Ready to unleash all of its inner strengths. We connect. Good. Yeah. You did as well as you could, Lucas. You did as well as you could. Good job. We're still in the green. Just go for another. Why not? We miss. That's okay. Not everything can go our way. That's life. But it would be nice to connect this one, Lucas. Hey! Do we even get the KO? Excellent stuff. We live and we learn. We don't boost Gothitelle this time, and Lucas goes all in. Happy days. But now we could switch in our Drifblim here. Get set up, actually. Stockpile. I like it. Salutes for Lucas. If Snarl is the best it's got, which it seems to be. We could go all the way here with Fev. Fateful Excellent Victory. Very nice, Willow. Love that. That's what FEV stands for. Stockpile again. We are just asking for a critical hit here, but it's fun to go with all of the different modes of battle Pokemon offers, right? This might be a colossal waste of time. May as well go for the final stockpile. Would have been lovely if that code. Please hang on through one more Snarl. Okay, great. What was I thinking? Well, again, we live and we learn. I wanted to get Fev set up to be an immovable object, but we just didn't have the damage in return. Sorry, Fev, my fault. We all know that these lungs can function much better than that. And once again, poor riggers, much put upon, picking up the slack to get us back on track. We're now max attack. Please don't have a sash. Good. It's cool to see Fev sticking around for a while, but definitely could have utilised it better. Maybe there'll be a battle where stockpiling and strength sap stats, say that 5 times fast, strength sap stats, will come into play. Okay, will Bullet Punch do it at +6? No. Okay. You can Shadow Ball us, but I think Delta hopefully will be able to take a Shadow Ball. Let's find out. Yes. What? Oh no, turns out Palossand's slower than Delta, so it moved before us in Trick Room. Is history about to repeat itself? Are we going to crash out in round 2 again after more questionable piloting from me? Yet again, Delta's down without achieving much at all. In fact, this sandcastle has just KO'd 2 of our team, and now we're all at sea. But didn't surfers discover that salty sea air is good for us? Glad I sent up that Trick Room. Drill run. Lovely. But look how well we're taking it. Snacking on a berry cree on the peckish. Why do I even bother with Trick Room? Is that a crit? Good. The miss good. You need luck in Pokemon as well as life. Take every bit of luck we can get, especially when dealing with adversity. Turning this battle around is against all odds. Oh, it connects. That's a shame. Okay, not amazing, is it? Guess we're just going for damage. A miss is helpful. That was good damage. Oh my goodness, okay, well this is very lucky, isn't it? Dessert once again coming in clutch. Lightning does not strike twice, doesn't even strike once. Ewazoda connection though. Can we take it? Yes, we can. Get powered. Please don't be fully powered. Nice. Okay, well we did not deserve to win that battle, but that's Pokemon and that's life. We can't choose the hand we're dealt. You could say there's relevance with cystic fibrosis there. A genetic condition. No one could stop you from claiming victory. Well, you probably could, if your Raichu was feeling more accurate. But against all odds is what this team does, thriving despite cystic fibrosis. And let's not forget, we found half the shiny team in like an hour the day before. We didn't go out in round 2, but history still repeats itself. We beat Salvatore despite my mistakes. But my relationship with cystic fibrosis is ever evolving, and I'm really getting to know my cystic fibrosis team now. What works, what doesn't. You teach me and I'll teach you. Working in harmony with the hand we're dealt, together we can achieve anything. Okay. No more messing around. I was messing around a bit in the previous battles. Can't be doing that. Victory Bell! Reuniclus, Delta, the rampaging, loves to see that. Trick Room time? I feel like let's just Psychic. Sunny day, okay. Biology teacher giving context. Yeah, that's a good point. Beat Biology. It's a one-shot on Victory Bell. Very nice, Delta. Arcanine. Ooh, with the sun up as well. Just go for a Psychic. Flare Blitz, going to be a huge amount of recoil. And we even take it. Good to see you, Rich. Doing very well, thank you. Oh, was that a crit? Not even a crit. Look at that. The Life Orb coming in clutch. Case in point for getting to know our cystic fibrosis team better. You can't always slow Delta down. He doesn't always want to set up Trick Room. He's on a rampage, remember? And after a slow start for Delta, I finally let him live up to that ferocious mark. All the more so because... Oh, with Magic Guard, we don't take the recoil from the Life Orb. Well, that was unintentionally very, very wise of me. Wow, I didn't even consider that. Incredible. Okay, Life Orb is absolutely the right item to have on Delta, our shiny Reuniclus. Normally, Life Orb boosts power at the expense of a bit of HP at the end of each turn, but thanks to Delta's Magic Guard ability, meaning that he only takes damage from direct attacks, we get the power boost without the recoil damage. Magic Guard is quite rare, so I hadn't clocked this until now, the first time we've actually seen Delta attack. What better representation of Calf Trio could we want than the Life Orb here? Those cells are working better than ever, letting Delta live up to his fullest potential. Delta with that ferocious mark is potentially rampaging all the way to the grand final. Swalot, Delta might just be the MVP in this battle. Swalot has Fire Punch, now speeds, but we take it! Arrival for King Creon's crown. Opposition crushed. Delta is absolutely putting in a shift here. The cells might be compromised in cystic fibrosis, but these cells are fighting fit. Well, I think it's finally time for Delta to go down, but huge props to Delta. Is it worth? No, I think we'll just sacrifice here. Delta, salutes for Delta. We outspeed. Stamina's fine. Earthquake connects. Fair enough. I was thinking if it were the high horsepower, it could miss there, but oh well. And Jacques, our opponent here, is the biology teacher. Cystic fibrosis was actually a module in biology for me at school, and funnily enough, I did very well in it. It's unsurprising Delta is a top student too. Super advanced biology. These cells have hands. That's such a good line, Willow. I would like to get Lucas out in every battle. We couldn't do that in the first one. Let's get Lucas out now. We outspeed Lucas. Too good to us. We get the KO. Lucas. You legend. Do we just go all out here and Terra Dragon Draco? Yes. Is the answer. Lucas, show us what you're made of. I love seeing the Terra Dragon crown on Goomy. So cute. Releasing its full potential. A life lesson for us all. We connect with Draco, and we outspeed the Slowbro. Oh! Nearly the one-shot. And that's what this team's all about. The ferocious one, and now the viscous one, showing us what they're made of. Cells and mucus with a difference. We've got the Eviolite. Gooey, nice. That mucus, putting in work. Okay, quick draw. Can we take this? Of course we can. Lucas, claiming 2 KOs in this battle. Hats off to you, Lucas, because you're an unevolved Pokemon. Ready to terrestrialize, time to activate my Terra Orb. Such exposition. I think it will be at least somewhat effective. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good, I think. Yeah. Salutes for Lucas, please, everybody. Delta and Lucas are the MVPs of this semi-final match. However, now you've shared your part normal typing, and we can get in Fev. Take a deep breath and feel that air. Take him on at lung function if you dare. It's Fev! Because of my misplays, Fev hasn't had the best showcase so far, but this could be the start of something new. Nice. Thunderbolt. Take it like a champ. Alright, made the finals, everybody. His lung function's bopped all the way to the top, and we are soaring, flying into the grand final. We gotta win here, we gotta win here. Can the Cystic Fibrosis team go all the way? We've really hit our stride just in time. Cystic Fibrosis for the win. Can Shiny, Goomy, Reuniclus, Drifblim, Swalot, or however you pronounce it, Lucario, and Alcremie go all the way. It all comes down to this. It's been such a fun quest over the past few nights. Here we go. Yep, nicely done. Keep up the winning streak for me, won't you? Oh, we will. We will, my friend. Now, in my experience, the only 2 trainers you can meet in the final of the Academy Ace tournament are Nemona, your rival throughout the game, and Gita, the top champion throughout the region. Neither of them specialising in a particular type to keep you on your toes. So which of them is it to be? There's one last match in this tournament, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 trainers will be facing off to finally determine who's the strongest in the Academy. Champion Jazindra will be facing the chairman of the school board and the top champion herself. It's Ms. Gita. Right, let's do this. Glimmora. Oh, we've got a good matchup. Ooh, light screen. Okay, okay. This could be a battle for Rigger then, our physical Lucario. Otherwise, we'd have had all special attackers on the team. Although, we could have just switched in our Creon, our Swalot, to soak up the toxic spikes. Okay, that's 1 down. I think we just sacrifice it. We don't have anything that resists Psychic. We don't have a Dark type. Shadow Ball. We should take this. Yeah. Easy as that indeed. Well, the rest of the battle will be as easy as that, Damien. Special defense drop would go a long way. Especially through light screen. We don't get it. We have Drifblim, but of course, Espathra has Shadow Ball and Gita has light screen up. We could set up, I guess, with Desert. We could Calm Mind. Protect. Oh, the dream. Stalling out your own light screen as well. I wonder if that Glimora had light clay. You know what? I doubt it did. Okay. Opportunist. That's an ability that we never ever see. When we rarely see a Spathra in VGC, it's got speed boost. But it just copied our boosts. So let's go on the offensive now. It was a less free Carmine than we expected. Oh dear. That's good damage. Oh, text. Oh, we could have come. No, because then it would have got another. But still probably would have been worse. No, actually, no. That was a whole roller coaster of questions there. Good with the special defense drop. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a harsh special defense drop. We're on 1 HP. 1 HP. Oh dear. It's going to be a nail biter, everybody. 1 HP and a dream for this cream. Just enough leftovers to withstand that oppressive, opportunistic ostrich. But just that sliver remains. Avalugg has very low special defense. I assume we outspeed it. It probably has heavy slam, that's why it's coming in here. We do. Oh, so close. Body press is enough, of course. We could have terrored there, but I think it would have been wasted. So now, maybe it's time. We want Lucas to come in for the final battle, don't we? And then maybe we get set up with Rigor. Great to have you as always. Shiny Lucas. We outspeed as well. It'd be so good if Lucas got a setup move. A crit, just for star points. Lucas, you've got all the star, my friend. Dragapult. Good luck, Lucas. We do have the Eviolite. Do we Terra Lucas here? I think we do. It is the mascot, after all. Let's just go all out. Chuck a Draco in. I'm betting it all on our marvellous Mucus mascot. Dragon is super effective against Dragon. Expect fireworks. Oh no. Okay. Uh-oh. To be fair, I didn't say the fireworks would be in our favour. I wasted my terrestrialization on Lucas when Dragapult was always going to outspeed us and get the KO. I mean, look at him, it makes sense. He's a jet plane, we're goo. Oh, the excitement's really got to me. The end is in touching distance, but are we about to fall at the final hurdle? Where was my Rigor when I needed him? I can't close combat. Good. Try a Soul Stance. Shadow Ball, okay. Nice. That's a 3-shot. Huge. It might have just been a lower roll, I guess. Right, Bullet Punch. Please KO. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. At least we take that. Oh, I tell you what. If we hadn't terrored Lucas, then we could have Terra Steel Rigor here and got the KO on Dragapult. Oh no, Sucker Punch. Okay, so I guess we couldn't have done that. No, it's all falling apart! 2 versus 3 now, but we are so close! I guess we've got to go with Creon. I don't think Earthquake's going to do it. Oh, we take that so well. Okay. Creon is good against Gambit as well, of course. Our only 2 remaining Pokemon, Creon and Fev, both have the type advantage here. No, I should have switched in Drifblim there, because again, we need Creon for the Gambit. And we've got Acrobatics. Oh, goodness. Probably a good bet here. Double super effective. Nice 2-shot. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's just go for damage. If it's Gambit... And Leech Seed, sure. So now it's out of range of KO. That was a crit, okay. Alright. Just 1 more to go! Oh, wait. Is King Gambit going to be Terra Steel or Terra Dark? Because if it's Terra Dark, we don't have a super effective move. Is Terra Flying? Oh... That's okay. Look at that. Nearly up to full Stone Edge. Okay. Oh, this Leech Seed is so annoying. Oh, 2 HP. Strength's up again. That Leech Seed infection gets the better of Fev, but look, King Gambit, we've got a supreme overlord of our own. Bow down to King Creon. Crit gunk shot. Yeah. Yeah. The higher they climb. Oh no. We were so close. We were so close. The harder they fall. And maybe forcing myself to use Lucas in every battle was not the play. And we try again. With one crucial change. Let's just lead Lucas. Great. Let's go, Lucas. Come on now. What? That's the change! He might be our mascot, he might be the first Pokemon we found for the team, but didn't I just say that bringing Lucas to every battle wasn't the play? And we can't change our lead Pokemon between battles, we are locked in with Lucas first every time. Oh, what was I thinking? Well, that's the thing. I wasn't thinking. I was feeling. Leading Lucas was my temptation before my very first attempt at this. It just didn't feel right, him not making an appearance in round 1 last time, and now that had blossomed into an unshakable belief that I should outright lead him too. But it looks like my sentimentality has blinded me. That'd be a fair enough question. Oh dear. But we don't have a very high attack stat. Okay, that's still too much recovery. Ugh, we gotta go for some crits, haven't we? Crit? No. We kinda need Lucas to be put out of his misery here. Right. Lucas, thank you. I think we gotta switch here. All Swords Dance. I should have known. Oh, you joking. We're not off to a good start, are we? I should have known it has some way to take advantage of the sun. I did wonder that. I'm glad the Academy Ace tournament is providing a challenge. Lucas probably couldn't have been a worse lead into Jack's team in particular. Oh. Okay, well the recall will take it out anyway. I'll try and set up with Dessert, I guess. Of course he switches in a Pokemon that has a type advantage. That's okay, because we can switch on our own Swalot. What are you doing? Why are you using Earthquake? Why did you not go for the Sludge Bomb onto the Pokemon you were super effective against? Two tummies rumbling at each other. The AI is too I. But ours is hungrier to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. I thought Energy Ball was on Fev for a moment rather than Dessert. How does he keep making these calls? It couldn't really have been a worse battle. That connects again, because why wouldn't it? We outspeed. Nice, okay. So much damage. Gooey is nice. I don't know whether the Gooey speed drop mattered there, but we will take it. Good job, Lucas. Another speed drop. Oh dear. But it does have 2 speed drops. Right. Unlike in our first attempt, our Sticky Mucus works in our favour. We've turned our former weakness into our strength. Lucas's Gooey, meaning Dessert, now knocks out Slowbro before it can land a super effective hit. If we win this battle, that in itself will be a victory. I mean, in the literal sense, but I mean, will be a turn up for the books, I guess. It's kind of tricky. Good. We can take this. We can take the days. You think you have the mental resolve to avoid Dessert? Oh no, you don't. You know what I'm going for. Well, we won. Unbelievably, we won. Well, if it weren't for Lucas there, we lose that battle because the Galarian Slowbro outspeeds and sweeps. So sure, that's great, but with my strange decision to lead Lucas, I hate to say it, but I think I'm just delaying the inevitable defeat. First time I've gone up against Miriam. Hey, we're connecting. Wow. I don't want you to hypnosis me, I want you to knock me out. Into Fev. It is cool that the Academy A's tournament shuffles the participants each time. I'm very disappointed that's not KO. Come on, Fev. Good job, good job. Can't keep these lungs dormant. Same cannot be said for Hypno, whose name is from the Greek that means sleep. And the floor disappears. Superstar Slam. Drain Punch is just gonna gooey. Good job, Lucas. I think that was guaranteed, but anyway. Oh! Lucas, you legend. Helps that Electros is pretty paper thin in its defenses. Nice. With the connect. 1 HP. Lucas did his best, but I really don't think it was enough. Not mess around, that's just close combat. It probably has Earthquake. Nice. Rigger, too kind to us as always. Well, the defense drops, and he gets the KO. I reckon we'll hang up. No, we don't. Okay, good. I'm kind of glad we go down there. Delta time. Oh, and the magic guard, so we don't take the spikes damage. Look at that. These cell membranes. They're coming out in full force. Speaking of full force, let's do this. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. Toxapex just got rid of its water typing. That's how that works. This nucleus is all-seeing. Okay, maybe not all-seeing. It's not going to do any damage now. Never seen that before. You learn something new every day, and Pokemon is the best for that, and that is round 2 done. Our calf trio fortified cells with that life orb easily enough to deal with that poison, germ-ridden organism. We have somehow made it back to the semi-finals. Maybe there is hope? Lucas's gooey has been a real strength, but can he prove himself a worthy lead? I hope so. Never gone up against Penny. This will be quite tough, I think. Good job. It's not the most offensive, Umbreon. Oh, the crit! You love to see it. Please connect here, Lucas. Nah. Don't flinch and connect. Oh no! Okay, Lucas, this is your last chance to KO Penny's first Pokemon. Come on, Lucas. 13. Lucky number. That's right, it's my lucky number. Oh. Oh well. Good job, Luke. Lukey. Right. Fine. Apparently not. Physical exercise and iron discipline. We trust in Lucario for the win. It's Rigger! Soul Stance. Nah. Clear Amulet. Coming in clutch against the Baby Doll Eyes. That's 2 Soul Dance. Come on. We are max attack. We've got 2 priority moves, and we've got close combat. What could possibly go wrong? For extreme speed in case. Jolteon outsped, but Thunder missed. Ah. Leafeon outspeeds. And that's what happens when you take your regime seriously, everybody. Rigger claims 4 knockouts. His golden, no, yellow hour. We've relied on him a lot to get us out of a tight spot, and thanks to him, against all odds, I think we're on our way back to the grand final. So let's make sure we do him proud. Gunk shot. Ah. Come on, Creon. You connected. Good job. Really should have been more damage. I think I may as well. Come on, Creon. Creon's going to be great against... oh, we only have 2 of those left. Sylveon as well. Let's go into Ferv. Nice. Oh! Takes that so well. Okay, you've got Shadow Ball. Fine. So I'd rather get Creon back out anyway. Now, I've only got 2 of these left, so please, please connect. Thank you. Creon, full force. Very good. King Creon reigns supreme again. Okay, we made the finals again, everybody. Will it be the finals? 3rd time lucky. Just persevere. That's what it's all about. Well, here we go again, I guess. One more match between Cystic Fibrosis and victory. We fell at the very final hurdle last time. Can we overcome now? Even though, and again, it pains me to say it, I think I made a mistake with leading Lucas. And which of the 2 are we facing? Will we get another run at Gita, or will we have to adapt to a brand new team with Nemona, who's the strongest in the academy? Let's get some hype going, everybody. Champion Jazindra will be facing very art teacher, the Roaring Dragon, Mr. Hassel. What? Hassel? Okay, all bets are off. I've never seen him here before. Again, life is unpredictable. You have to adapt. But hang on. This is perfect. Hassel is a Dragon-type specialist. Lucas, Goomy, our Cystic Fibrosis Pokemon mascot, is a dragon. The Dragon type has come to represent CF in my mind. I said at the beginning of the video that Dragon is one of the rarest, most mystical, most powerful types. Well, CF is a rare condition. It affects around 1 in 100,000 people globally. It's mystical because somehow, despite all of the challenges people with CF have to face, we make it work. And powerful because, well, in order to deal with a long-term health condition day in, day out, you need a lot of power. So it couldn't be a more fitting conclusion. Hassel representing the quasi-cystic fibrosis type himself, our greatest challenge. And since Dragon is super effective against itself, such is its power, Lucas could actually be a great lead for us. So just like with Gita's Dragapult before, expect fireworks. But this time, could they be for us? But Duraludon in the lead, Steel and Dragon, that's going to combine to make our own Dragon-type moves neutral, while they're super effective against us. They outspeed. 7 HP, that in itself is the win, thank you Lucas. That's far more damage than I was expecting. Again, good job, Lucas. Not even a critical hit. Lucas going all out, but now he's down in a blaze of glory. Ah! 1 HP! Ah, the friendship bonus. Well, I think that's only apps for the mascot of CF Week. Do we get the KO? Yes, we do. That is perfect. A perfect conclusion. Lucas toughed it out so he wouldn't feel sad. The closer you get to your Pokemon in-game, the more likely these friendship bonuses are. And just when we needed it most, Lucas shows how fond he is of us. Lucas, you beautiful Mucus, we love you too. I feel more than vindicated leading Lucas now. Let's repay that confidence our marvellous Mucus mascot showed in us. Surely, this is the one. He's sticky but cute, icky but a beaut, it's Lucas! Trying to fight fire with fire, or should I say dragon with dragon here. Lucas. Salutes for Lucas, absolutely. And the Gooey, oh. Putting in all the work. And the Gooey on his way out. Lucas, you are too kind to us because now we outspeed because of the Gooey. Our Dream Cream can dazzling gleam faster than it might seem. Our final course. It's delicious. Creon can soak up the acid that would have dissolved dessert. Time for these enzymes to shine. He's a regal stomach full of enzymes, reigning supreme over all meal times. It's Creon. Creon is taking these hits so well, and we can hit. Oh, and the crit. Boom burst. We take it. One more crit. Yes. Oh yeah. Creon can taste victory. Salutes for Creon, please. You've digested your last, my friend. Stomach empty? Time to refuel. Fat and sugar combined for a delectable treat with Alcremie victory never tasted so sweet. It's dessert! Ironhead. Cutting through the cream. We don't flinch. Good job, dessert. Just gets the KO. Was not expecting that. Glucose overdose. All comes down to this. The final Pokemon, and I believe it's going to be, Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur, Dragon as well as Ice-type, takes me right back to the chilling waterhead where we kicked off this quest with Lucas. Let's come full circle. Let's finish this. I got chills. They're multiplying, but we are very much in control. Dessert. I think we're going to sacrifice you here for this victory. It's going to taste sweet. Terra Dragon, Baxcalibur harnessing the full extent of his cystic fibrosis power. Fair enough. One ice cream to go, please. But for our final course, let's wrap this up with a Pokemon always revved up and ready. Let him go on his rampage. Let's revel in the life-changing Wonder Drug Cafetrio. Let's end this with the cells that started all. Let's go Delta. Faulty membrane on the cell. I still think he's pretty swell. It's Delta! I said earlier that Delta was realizing his fullest potential. I was wrong. Terra Psychic. Now Delta's realizing his fullest potential. That Cafetrio life orb in tow, on a ferocious rampage we go. But wait, Baxcalibur goes for one of the most powerful Dragon-type moves of all, boosted by their Dragon Terrestrialization type. And oh no, Delta is hasty, a defense-reducing nature. Can we take this? We can. And now, Delta the Rampaging, with the mark that's ferocious, can deliver the finishing blow for cystic fibrosis. And that defense is paying dividends, it's the one-shot! I was not expecting the one-shot there, and we've done it. The cystic fibrosis team has done it, everybody. The mighty dragon has been felled. But the mightier dragon rises. And there you were, thinking he was the weakest of them all. Lucas, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You were the first cystic fibrosis team member of them all, and now you have well and truly earned your spot at the head of the party. And in your honour, I officially give your name to the CF mascot I designed. Lucas, our marvellous Mucus mascot in all his gooey, goomy glory. Congratulations! I'm so happy for you! And the winner of this tournament is Champion, Chizingdra! It's the team with the mostest, it's Cystic Fibrosis! I'd like to thank my incredible team and the sandwiches that helped me find them.
What are you?
A champion sandwich. We've done it, we've defied the odds, and Cystic Fibrosis has overcome. And we didn't need to rely on the one who saved us so many times, Rigger, at all in that grand final. He's not angry or disappointed, he's proud. And I could not be prouder of our Cystic Fibrosis team. We have won the Academy Ace Tournament. And what's our prize? Congratulations on your victory, here's your well-earned prize. A bottle cap. Something pill-shaped that draws out a stat's full potential. Perfect. But the last thing I want is for you to come away from this video thinking that Caftrio is the answer to everything. It is not a cure for cystic fibrosis. I still need to do some chest physiotherapy, I still need to take Creon when I eat, and all sorts of other things. And fundamentally, Caftrio is still another pill I have to take every day. I am dependent on this pill to stay in such good health. And that's not to mention how Caftrio doesn't work for every genotype of cystic fibrosis. Can you imagine being told that a life-changing medicine for your health condition isn't for you? As I said, cystic fibrosis affects everything, so much more than just what's in this video, including of course mental health as well. There's so much more I could tell you, another time maybe. And I want to emphasize again, everything in this video is of course just my own experience. Everyone has their own tale to tell. But overall, not only can CF impact quality of life, it can impact life expectancy too. So the battle very much continues. Please consider donating so that medical research can continue. It's thanks to such research that I and hundreds of thousands of others had our lives fundamentally changed by Caftrio. If you've enjoyed this video, consider it the best tip in the world. A heartfelt thank you. I'm sure it would also mean a lot to Lucas, Delta, Fev, Creon, Rigger, and Dessert, our cystic fibrosis warriors. And let's not forget the cheerleaders Seldom, Joe Gunk, and Renolu too. But if not, just like these shiny Pokemon were destined for, it would be amazing to see a noise being made about cystic fibrosis. Post on social media with hashtag CF Week. Remember the annual Wear Yellow for CF Day, which in 2026 is Friday 12th of June, and again post photos with hashtag CF Week. Have fun brainstorming what Yellow Pokemon challenge you can do to get involved, literally anything to do with Yellow Pokemon. And thank you again to Morgan aka Canned Wolf Meat for co-hosting the first ever Pokemon CF Week with me. Let's hope it's the first of many. If you're not watching during CF Week, have a think about how you can get involved next year. We are so excited for the future of this event. Post about CF, post with what you've learned in this video, tell people you see, your family, friends, enemies, Gordon Ramsay. CF is a health condition we rarely hear about, and together we can change that. This personal video of all videos, it would mean the world if you could drop a like, subscribe too, because you have made it to the end, so I have no doubt you'll enjoy my other videos too. And come and meet teams like this live, turn on notifications so you know the next time I'm streaming. It would be a pleasure to meet you. You'll also see me live on the official Pokemon and Play Pokemon YouTube channels, hosting and commentating their competitive video game tournaments, and delivering my trademark one-liners.
Lee, what kind of a dog Pokemon is Daxbun? Why have you opened this? Purebred. Welcome back, trainers. Charlie Merriman on the desk with Lee Proles.
A very special thank you, as ever, to my channel members and patrons for directly supporting what I do. It is so kind of you, and I do not take it for granted. And again, I'm a storyteller, not a scientist, so I apologize if there are any errors in this video. My Discord community, email, socials, and other links are below. I'm at Chizingdra across everything. As well as, again, my one-man show, Wonder Drug, a comedy about cystic fibrosis, which you should absolutely watch if you enjoyed this. But again, the most important link below is for donating to cystic fibrosis. With that being said, one last time, deep breath in and out. Our cystic fibrosis team has overcome the toughest challenge in the game, and together we can help around 100,000 people all over the world overcome some of the tough challenges they face. Thank you.